she's like we're the bad guys. What the fuck, dude? Like I used to think we were fighting for good, but like this shit they're doing
So,
now.
so similar to the black stormtrooper guy from the movie series.
Yeah, pretty much. Good, but like this shit they're doing now. Except her dad is like a fucking admiral, and her dad's like an admiral in the fucking still an admiral in the
Yeah.
imperial whatever.
Fun times. Oh, so I don't know if you've heard, but we're probably at war at this point. A buddy of mine in Russia was like, "Yeah, we're attacking now. I don't know how long I'll be able to keep talking to you guys." So, and then Biden moved 9,000 troops in to the Ukraine. So I'm pretty sure World War III just started kicking off last night.
Yeah, about time. I feel like it was overdue.
Yeah. Oh, we live too, by the way. Just to, I'm sure you already figured that out, but Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's surprising that it's taken this long. Now, I mean, I'm joking. Obviously, I didn't want a fucking world war to happen, but
oh yeah, no, obviously,
it's kind of surprising that it's taken this long.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like, well, fuck, what are you gonna do? I think it's mainly to cover up a lot of stuff going on, like the vaccines and the vote, the election, and all the weird shit that's going on. I think it's a last ditch effort to try to figure out a way to rig or nullify any sets of elections that are coming up.
Yeah,
like they can say, well, if you vote for Chunk Yogurt, thank Uger, Chunk Yogurt. Tweeted out that like the right loves Putin because they're racist. They just like him because he's a white guy, and that's it. There's nothing else going on there.
Yeah, no,
which is fucking bizarre.
That's
like this,
dude. Yeah,
we're all traitors to the nation because we're white. Which concerns me because it's like with emergency powers, the potential for emergency powers, we might see an attempt from the left to put Republicans in concentration camps. The equivalent of. And I don't say that as a tinfoil conspiracy theory. I'm like, that's a legitimate possibility with the way that the left is behaving at this point. Like, I have a feeling that, like, civil war is nigh. Because this is clearly an effort to control more.
Yeah,
it's one of those things where it's like...
You don't want to make the mistake that Trudeau did and just do it because truckers are honking the horns, dude.
Yeah, that was fucking ridiculous, dude. Trudeau and the fucking horn.
Dude,
honking.
That guy really is.
Did you see
that guy really is gunning for fucking full fucking dictatorship, dude. It's fucking crazy.
Well, they rescinded some of the stuff, but they're still trying.
Yeah. He literally said people with unacceptable opinions. I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? How the fuck can you say unacceptable opinions, dude? So yeah, it's fucking... I mean, I guess it's kind of been building for several years now. But yeah, to have it finally be happening is fucking pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous what's going on. And then and then all the people I know who are like young kids, like around 18, 19, 20 years old, they're all sitting right now just freaking out because of the potential for being drafted, which it looks like we're starting a world war. It's a pretty valid fucking concern.
Yeah, it's definitely I would be fucking scared too if I was still, if this happened when I was 18 or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. The guy, my Russian friend, I'm like, I'm genuinely concerned that he won't stop talking about stuff. I'm like, dude, you should probably shut your fucking hole. Like, you should probably just not fucking say anything, homie. You in a perilous position as it is, and it's not going to get better if you keep talking online.
Okay, so he's literally like in Russian, or you're saying
he's Russian, living in Russia right now. Like, he fucking makes his money off of doing computer programming and keeping bees. He's a nice kid that I know through another forum, and like, it's like, homie, even you got to know at a certain point you should just shut your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
I appreciate you letting us know war kicked off. You're probably all good right now, but like, that's only gonna last for like the next couple of days before they're like, "Hey, you've been talking." You've been talking to the enemy. That's gonna be a problem. Man, yeah, the whole thing is kind of terrifying. And the really fucked up thing is, this is just so Putin can be like the big man, you know?
Yeah, you know what I was... it's kind of funny because like Russia's this gigantic fucking country, at least land-wise, like square footage or square acreage or whatever. But they're actually still incredibly like poor overall. Like their economy is about the size of California's economy.
Yep, because of all the sanctions that the U.S. has put on them.
Right.
You know, supposedly necessary sanctions. I don't know personally. I've oftentimes wondered if a big part of the acrimony between Russia and the rest of the world is the sanctions the U.S. has placed. And if we might not potentially be in a better position and potentially even ally, you know, not like, you know, they're never going to be like the UK. Like the UK and the US are like, look, we had our war. We you know, we don't agree on a lot, but we're fucking tight. You know, we're like your unruly fucking kids that you know, that got out of line, and now you gotta, you know, tolerate us when we show up for like Thanksgiving dinner. You know. But Russia'd be like, you know, those people who are like, well, we're not gonna fucking kill them because they live next door. But we'll just leave it at that. Like,
oh, fuck. Yeah. Fucking madness. Oh, there it is. Alright, I gotta stop putting that over there. No, I'm sorry. It's something on the game. It's one of the fucking, like, decoration things.
Oh, nice.
For some reason, I put it... Oh, I think I just put it wherever the game picked. And the game fucking sucks at picking spots. Like, it picked one that was, like, underneath, like, cloud cover. And, dude, I went around the map 3 times before I found it. Oh, fucking shit. It's in the refrigerator.
Nice. I'm doing some Overwatch because there's a new unlockable that's out.
Nice.
And there's a bunch of characters on there that are the same character as mine.
All right.
And so it's just a bunch of there's a bunch of Reapers just hanging around, and they have that really manly, gruff voice. I have the death walks among you, or something like that, when he fucking comes into the game and something like that.
Oh, nice.
Use that kind of voice for the character. I'm gonna turn down a bunch of these volume. Anyway.
I don't know, man. That sounds problematic, dude. I feel like you should protest that character.
Protest the character. There we go. But it was 3 of them going off and doing all sorts of ridiculous voice lines at the same time. So it was kind of funny, just like over and over, just three different voices, like, I'm not a psychopath, I'm a high-functioning sociopath, or something like that, or it's in the refrigerator. Any last words? You know, just over and over, just nonsense fucking phrases from the 3 of them in that voice. It's just kind of killing me. Like, I've seen it with other characters, but for some reason, because the voice is just so fucking goofy sounding, it's like, oh, that's great. Alright, let's go. Let's go for the long haul here. But anything else going on that's not like horribly fucking depressing? Fucking hamster just
Nothing
fucking,
that I've heard.
Hamster just death dived.
Yeah, everything pretty much sucks, dude. So yeah. I don't know. Hugby's put out a new video. That one's okay.
Oh yeah, that one's fucking great.
Technically positive.
For Wisconsin.
Yeah. Wyoming, dude.
Oh, Wyoming, my bad.
It wasn't quite as good as like the pug video, but it was pretty good.
Yeah, the pug video was interesting. There was a lot of acrimony for, and I'm not really sure why.
Well, pugs are fucking could not exist, dude. Like, it really does seem cruel. You know what I mean? Like, fucking that poor fucking dog, dude. That poor species, dude.
Yeah, you gotta watch him.
Oh, fuck. Some people argue that this face is cute. These people are wrong. Oh, fuck.
Good God, that was crazy. Everybody was on the cart for the last little minute there. Fun times.
Yeah. Oh, shit. It's getting fucking windy. It's actually kind of chilly here today, dude. Not used to this shit. I think it's like in the 50s, dude. It's fucking madness.
'50s in Arizona, dude. Are you okay? Do you need like emergency blankets?
Yeah. I think they're gonna have to declare a state of emergency. It's actually not bad if you're in the sun, but if you're in the fucking shade and it's a really cold breeze, dude, that's where you get in trouble. 'Cause yeah, like the wind's not blowing on me, it feels fine. But then I get the fucking breeze, I'm like, God damn, that's fucking chilly.
Okay, somebody's got some cheats going. Holy fuck. My character has an intouchable smoke phase, and they pulled me out of it. Not really sure how, because I like literally launched into my smoke, and then they just said, "Nah, you get out of that." And I'm like, "There's nothing in the game that lets you do that. That's weird." Like, you have to forgive me for a moment of not believing that, because fucking it's not possible. All right, this is time to be sneaky as fuck because everybody's dead. Okay, they're coming in, putting pressure. Time to go. Yeah! Fucking took out their main heals.
Yeah, take that. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of the Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Like just the storyline, or you know what I mean, like line, fucking story, whatever. Which is pretty involved, dude. It's pretty fucking fun because they do a good job of mixing it up between like, you know, like a shooter, you know, first person, third person shooter, whatever style levels, and like the starfighter shit. Yeah, dude, it's funny because there's this one spot where you're like trying to get to these TIE fighters, but as soon as you get near them, they like end up taking off. So you end up having to take a cloud car. You know, the little fucking, you know what I'm talking about? The little like, they're like two little separate, they look like sidecars, like with like, you know, enclosed sidecars for like a motorcycle, and they're like connected. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. and you end up taking out like a fucking, well, it's like a fuel depot. So like you end up taking out the fuel shit, and it blows up not only the fuel center but all the star destroyers that were attached to it.
Please come back,
Just with a
Reinhardt.
little fucking cloud car, with a shitty little
Yes.
cloud car, dude.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it'll kind of alternate between those, and then it's throwing in you playing as Leia or fucking Han Solo or Lando, or playing as again the chick that defected from the Empire or whatever.
Oh yeah, you're gonna watch that.
You're very distracted, dude.
Sorry. Sorry, it was a tense moment. I was sneaking up on the enemy there. It didn't work out the way I wanted.
That's fine. Yeah, trust me, I've done it before. And I probably will. I'll probably go back inside and be playing and be distracted too, so. Fuck it! Not like anybody's listening.
No, nobody's listening. I don't think so either.
I guess one of us.
Nobody in the chat.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we just murdered everybody on their team, so.
Nice. Well done. Come on. We're in some fucking refugee camps. Need 3 more joins for the day.
No. Of course, then they're fucking. If she's not dead now, okay, I was gonna say, fucking Christ. This bitch followed me into like a fucking pocket just to get after me, which is fine. Like that's my job. I'm a distraction more than anything else with Reaper. Like, cause if they can't concentrate on anything but me, good. That's what I gotta do.
Yeah.
But and then I can also draw people off to get them to follow me.
Ah.
Yay, we win. Nice. I'm trying to think if there's anything else really going on right now. Like, there isn't. Oh, they're doing another fucking random duet thing in my karaoke group, and I was just like, yeah, I'm never going to join another one of those. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
I've been ghosted by 2 fucking people partnered up. And I think the thing was that these people, like, signed up thinking that they were going to be, like, doing their own thing with, like, their own, like, chosen partners. But, yeah, these fucking heels were awesome. But, yeah, it was just, you know, they didn't, and it was random, and they're just fucking retarded. So, like, it was like,
right.
So they ghosted me because they just weren't comfortable or whatever, or just didn't want to work with me. I don't really know. But it was one of those things that was like, all right, yeah, but fuck you. You know, like,
yeah.
Cool and all,
at the
but
same
go
time,
fuck yourself. Yeah, why sign up? Like, you read the fucking, you understand the words, you signed up, you know. But I'm not sure if they're even going to have it, because the last couple times it hasn't gone through because, you know, people are like reluctant. And the thing that gets me, here's the part I don't understand. And you know, why not just have fucking what do you call it? Just like people pick their own duet. Like, is that such a hard concept?
Yeah.
You know, you
mean their own partners, you mean? Or the song, too? Yeah, you should be able to pick your own partner in your own song. I mean, if there's people that don't have partners, then, yeah, you can make that shit random, but, yeah.
And they want to participate anyway. Because sometimes, like, people just aren't interested in performing. Like, you don't want to get up in front of, like, everybody in an audience and do a performance kind of thing. And, like, okay, I dig it. Whatever, you know, everybody's got what works for them and what doesn't. No problem. But just let everybody pick their own partners, and everybody wins. You know, like, there's not, as far as I know, there's not like a prize or voting as for like who's the best supposedly.
Right.
So I don't really see a lot of reason for it to be like super. What do you call it? Super like intense and like fucking competitive. Like who cares, right? Like
Yeah.
just a bunch of people having a good time, performing for each other, having getting silly. Like people do like funny little dances and stuff. Oh, that guy's got a fucking aimbot for sure. Holy shit. Soldier's gun just isn't even accurate. Like, goddamn, dude.
Yeah. Dude's doing shit that's essentially impossible.
I think the problem is that Overwatch 2 is probably like a year or so away from being released, supposedly, according to the fucking company that's making it. Like, they haven't really, clarified anything more than it's going to be in about a year. And I think they just don't fucking care because their player base has dwindled so bad.
Oh, gotcha.
So they're just like, yeah, they're yeah, so they're just doing like the fucking obnoxious thing and not caring. And they, because I've reported some people who are like, holy crap, like not even like borderline, like maybe they're cheating, maybe they're not. But I've reported some people who are like really, really obviously like not legitimate, and they just like never get banned. Like nothing happens to anybody anymore. It's ridiculous. It's like, what the fuck? All right, let's just murder a bunch of people. Time to murder. Oh, fucking, he got beat by a fucking support. Oh, that's gotta suck. Oh, who's joined us?
Hey. Hoi hoi.
Yo, what's going on, Samaj?
Yeah.
I'm okay. My country isn't.
Yeah, your country's fucked.
So I had to, before I got like too into the idea of celebrating the emergency orders were lifted. I thought I should double check to make sure that because one of the things they wanted to in place was the ability to seize your bank account for any reason.
Yeah. Well, they want your money. They want your money because they know like that's going to be the key to controlling people. Is like, well, you can't have money. That's why they try to make it voluntary unless you're what do you call it? Unless you just if you don't have to work, you can choose because the wealthy should have an option. But if you want to make a living, you got to get vaccinated, right? I mean, that's how it is in Canada too, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there's that. What I'm talking about right now was the emergency orders gave them the ability to seize anyone's bank account who donated.
Which they kept. Like they got rid of everything else, but like they kept the emergency.
Yeah. That part they did keep. I was able to confirm because they didn't give you a list, and then it was like later I found out that they're going to keep that one in there, and they already said that they're in the midst of unfreezing your people's bank accounts, but some people will have their bank accounts remain frozen.
Which they shouldn't have the authority to do because nobody's doing anything that's actually illegal in any way. Like they're just protesting.
Exactly.
This is effectively a fucking sit-in.
So this has caused quite the backlash, not just in that, but like from people's opinions, but also 20% of people are taking their money out of the banks right now. Because the thing is that the banks are complicit in all this. Like emergency order, no emergency order.
Well, because they're shutting the banks down if they're not, right? As far as I heard. I mean, maybe I didn't. Yeah, I thought I heard something about them shutting down businesses too, which I would assume included banks.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so about that because you should still be able to have a bank account to, buy food and all the other because stuff like the necessities of life. And when the government takes away your ability to have the necessities of life, which it should not have to do.
They're taking away your potential, your option to earn a living legally, essentially, is what they're doing.
I understand that for, let's say, terrorists and people who can actually threaten livelihoods, because there is no livelihood threatened throughout the protesters. This was like a huge overreach, and the fact that they're going to keep it going is insane. On top of that,
So my question is, where do we send you guys the rifles? Like, where do we send the shotguns and the rifles and the handguns and stuff for you? Because you've clearly passed the point of no return. Like, this is the point at which your government is no longer allowed to like continue on. Like, you're supposed to. At this point, it's a revolution.
I don't know what to say at this point. I mean, like, first of all, at any given moment, like so long as this keeps going, like, Justin Trudeau's popularity is in the tanker, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Which is
he doesn't have to worry because he can just rig the election like they've been doing in all the other places. So he'll keep getting voted in regardless of what else happens.
Yeah. Well, and I was watching a video somewhere that said that like he was fucking with like even people in his own party. Like there would be an election coming up for some local or whatever office, and literally he would find ways to disqualify the candidate that wasn't his guy or his girl or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So not even having them go to a vote and helping the other guy get more votes or campaigning for him, literally just finding bullshit ways to disqualify the other person so that his guy could run unopposed.
Yeah,
that's all well, we're at the point where he has to use dirty tricks just to stay in power, because he ain't got nothing else. You also have to remember, like, he needs to stay in power, because I think politicians at this point are scared because
I think that's the whole Russian war right now, is so that they can avoid having elections and potentially losing power.
Well, because you have to understand, like, when all this, whenever it gets said and done, and we look into things like investigation on the vaccines and all that stuff, I wouldn't be surprised if there be outrage, like humongous amounts of outrage, that to the point where like Trudeau and his involvement, and even, let's say, stuff happens in America that happens with Biden as well. People are probably going to get their lives ruined, like they're going to go to jail. I don't like a Nuremberg 2.0, if you will. Is what
I think that this is going to be one of those things that's looked at historically like that. I don't know that it's going to happen in our lifetimes.
Well,
because right now we're basically running on the path to total communist dictatorship.
Yeah.
Like, there's really no other way we're going to go unless the people in our country start taking up arms and like saying, all right, well, goodbye, guys. It was nice while you tried. You're all going to be eliminated now because you can no longer be allowed to be an authority. Like, that's, I think, the only option that's left to people at this point.
Well, for the people in authority right now, I mean, for them, it's life and death, because like when the people, like, eventually the information is going to get out there.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah. And Klaus Schwab, I put my conspiracy theory hat on here. Klaus Schwab there in the World Economic Forum, he definitely confirmed that the goal is to get the world 100% vaccinated, 100%, which is an impossible task, but he's going to do it anyways. And so, and we know that certain people who are members of the World Economic Forum, Justin Trudeau is one of them. The other one, here in Canada, we have another party called the NDP Party, and Jagmeet Singh is the name of the leader. He is also a member of the World Economic Forum. And when they were doing a vote to, let these emergency powers go through, he voted in favor of it. Yeah. Which is why we ended up with this, because the NDP was a tie splitter, and they voted for a dictatorship.
Yeah. But the people didn't vote for a dictatorship. The fucking false figureheads voted for a dictatorship. You know what I mean? Like, it's so fucked because there's really not a lot you can do as a citizen at this point other than take up arms against your country. Like, it's so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because this protest with the truckers, this was the last peaceful option.
Well, not really, because here's the thing. I think the peaceful, because look at what's...
what other option is there that's not war? I mean...
Well, you're right. Here, there's a few more steps before we can get there. But what I'm getting at is that this peaceful protest has echoes all over the world. And other people are going to do it, and everyone sees it, and they see how effective it is, because like, first of all, like, like in the last, I don't know, 5 years, out of all the protests you've heard of, how many have not devolved into riots? Especially with the amount of people who participate. Like, look at Black Lives Matter, look at Antifa. I mean, everything you've seen, they go into riots. I mean, I think, was it Orlando? No, some place out there in the States is still having riots every day. And you look at this peaceful protest, people in the thousands, not a single window broken. Mess has been cleaned up. Snow removal has been going on the streets. Peaceful. No, nothing. I'll be right back. I gotta go put something on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you, but I got a 3D printer. And
oh
so
no! Sorry, I got wasted by somebody who was fucking ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get this print to work, and it just won't. It's giving me trouble. But anyway, I'm gonna try one last time, and hopefully, if it gets working, I don't know. I'll be right back.
Nice.
All right, man. Good luck, brother.
Good luck.
Dang, what happened?
Damn it. Keep running fucking...
And the rest of my team died too. I just don't get it.
Man.
We need one more.
I need to change characters here. Let's see. Alright, there we go. What else is going on? Let me see the Discord. I don't really give a shit about this. This game's not going well. Oh, you see the fucking shooting in Canada? The police shooting in Canada where they shot the guy who stabbed the dog and then went after the cops. Like, and then obviously as soon as you go after the cops and you got a knife, like that's pretty much the fucking end of that.
Right. No, I missed that.
But yeah, it was weird. Yeah, if the videos, I put it up. Donut Operator did a cover of it, and of course he's 100% on the cop side. And I'm like, well, I'm on the cop side when he went after them. I think that was like the appropriate response, right? Like that was, oh yeah, of course. You gotta, you know, he's coming at you guys with a knife. You gotta do what you gotta do. But you can't just, you know, start fucking doing this nonsense. Let's see. Maybe this is a better cover. I think this guy might be aimbotting. But like before that happened, they could have doused the student pepper spray. They could have thrown a net on him. Like there were all these options they had prior to just shooting him or okay, I'm pretty sure that guy can't one-shot like that. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, they could have tasered him or all kinds of
thrown a net on him. And the other thing is, I'm so fucking sick of dogs being in the police. Like this team is ridiculous. This is. Yeah, this is just absurd. There's no point in bothering with this. Either my team is just awful, or a couple people on this team are cheating, and I have a feeling it's a couple of people are hacking. And my team is awful. Just like,
yeah, sounds like a really shitty combination, dude.
Yep. Yeah, there's not much to be done about it. Yeah, and then these guys just don't take damage. It's like fucking absurd. Like what was it last night? I was playing against Orion, and he had his back to me, and just a millisecond. I'm talking like a millisecond before I hit him. A split second before I hit him in the back with my character, he flips and hits me like instantaneously. Because he's like the fucking cheats for this are fucking insane.
So yeah, there would have been no way for him to know you were even there. And all of a sudden he just turns around and fucking blasts you.
Just turns around and hits me right before I could connect because I just clicked my button to connect. It was on par with the what do you call it? What is that cheat that I've seen? It's like a crazy one. It's like a predictive one for Junkrat, where he can like fucking shoot his Junkrat just has a grenade launcher. He launches 5 little round grenades, and they just arc out. There's no real aim. Like you're not aiming at your crosshairs at all. Like your crosshairs on that character are basically useless. But somebody's made a program where they can like predict where people are going and actually launch them in like an arc to hit people specifically. And so like
Wow.
Yeah, so like there was this video I watched where they had a fucking Junkrat was shooting people with his fucking like thing from across the map. It was like fucking insane. Oh, I guess this is not a friendly skirmish. My bad. But it was definitely entertaining. You're Reaper, I'm Junk. I counter you. Why are you still fighting me, fool? All right. Yeah, it was nutty, and it was literally from like ridiculous distances, and then occasionally Junk would be like standing there and like shooting in one direction, and then suddenly just launch a fucking grenade like to the side for no reason, and then like a few seconds later you hear like a hit marker, and you're like, what the fuck? Like he's just running along, and it's like launch, and then he's like shooting at somebody else, and you're like, oh, that other grenade finally landed, across the fucking planet. Oh man, that was some nutty shit. And then they had his teammate was playing Reinhardt, who's a giant guy with a big fucking hammer and a shield. Like he didn't really shoot anything. He just has a hammer that if people get up close, he can swing and scare them off with, or a shield to block like a ton of fucking damage. And
melee character. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically a melee character, and a fucking what do you call it? This guy sneaks up behind, or no, it didn't sneak up. It was somebody had something that was like an ultimate right behind him that would have taken him out in like one hit. And in the middle of swinging his hammer at another enemy, like he couldn't possibly have known it was coming, much less like known to like turn and block it. He 180'd, put up the shield to block it, turned right back around, and then finished his swing, which is just physically basically impossible. Like it's not really something somebody could do with a mouse and a keyboard fast enough to actually happen like that.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, you're talking definitely somebody who's a seasoned veteran playing the game. Like they've played it many times, and they know all the sound cues perfectly, and they got it down to like a fucking science.
Yeah, like a professional player, basically.
Yeah, it was pretty absurd. It was one of those things where you're like, that's just a bunch of silly shit. It's one of those like silly bullshit things. But like I mean, they really only hurt themselves in this game when they cheat like that. It's just I mean, because how much fun is it if you can't like fucking die?
Yeah, that's what I never understood the mindset.
Yeah, and then like there's no sense of accomplishment when you win, because like you were gonna win no matter what anyway. So like what? Wow, fucking doesn't matter really.
Yeah. Well, if they're like psychopaths or whatever, they're just
for me
like,
there would be no fucking sense of victory and achievement. I would just be like, oh well, I mean,
yeah, no, same here, dude. But again, we're not the types that are going to employ cheats, dude. If you're the type to employ cheats, you're probably a little.
Okay, wait, no, hold. I put a caveat on that. I will absolutely apply cheats in one-player games for me.
Yeah, like an offline.
Yeah, it's just me playing. No one else is affected
Yeah,
by
that could be fun,
anything.
dude.
I'm 100% in for cheats
Yeah.
then, because you can do all sorts of wacky shit, and especially if it's a game
Yeah,
I've played through and like beaten before.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, you're not fucking anyone else up. You're not, cheating to beat another player. You know? Yeah,
And
because
it
there are
doesn't
some of
even
the
matter.
fucking.
Like, who cares? Like, I'm not losing it out on anything because I don't fucking care. Like I've already beat the
Yeah,
game, so it's not like I'm missing out on the challenge or anything. Uh, and especially in like I don't play a lot of shooter games. It's like they left right as I almost hit them. That's hilarious. Um, like Stardew Valley and stuff like that. I tend to play more like Stardew Valley type games where it's like RPG. You're building up like stuff. You're not really doing a whole lot of reactions and stuff like that. So it's more like, oh, you mean now I can raise Wookiees, on my farm, and instead of just like cows and chickens and fucking other stuff like that. That sounds really cool. I can have a Wookiee farm,
yeah,
or I can be this other character. From the other game, I can suddenly have witch powers in fucking Minecraft and like fucking make voodoo dolls of the other people I'm playing the game with. I don't know if you've ever played Minecraft on like a server where there's a bunch of other people, but it can be a lot of fun with some of the mods that go with that. Some of the cheats you can do on that.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've played very little Minecraft, but I've seen a lot of it.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, one of the things that's he found my trap. One of the things that's a lot of fun in Minecraft is the modding stuff, because the game itself, like, it's a lot of fun, but at least when I was still playing it, now there's so much stuff. I don't know that you necessarily need mods. They've got so many fucking random ass things going on. But when I played, there wasn't a lot of content, so you could get a lot of different kind of blocks that you wouldn't normally get for like building stuff, and that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then like the really fun thing was like the magic stuff. Like you could make voodoo dolls and have effects on your friends on the server. Like you throw the voodoo doll in water and they start drowning and they're like, son of a bitch, where did you fucking put it? They got to go find it and destroy it before they die.
Right. Before they die. I gotcha.
Or you throw it in lava and they're just on fire for like the next 5 seconds. And they're like across the map wondering what the fuck happened. And you're like, hee hee. And then some of the other things were kind of fun, like because you could add a bunch of crops that you didn't have in the game. Like when I played, there was only wheat and carrots and potatoes that you could grow. Now there's like a whole bunch of other shit you can grow. I don't know what all of it is, but there's a ton of it. And there was like a harvest craft thing where you could add like all the different crops, like everything, and then you could make all these cool foods, and you got all these cool like crafting interfaces to make like the cool foods. Like you gotta use a mixing bowl to make like the dough, so you can make like pizza crust and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun.
All right.
It was just good fun.
But yeah, it is fun to play like the God mode shit on any of those types of games, really.
Yep. Yeah, or like
so as long as you're not using it to beat other people on like online shit, it's all in good fun.
Yeah. Minecraft is not one of those ones where people do that. I don't know that anybody really ever cheats to get away with anything on there. But I could be wrong. Oh, let's see. I think one of the few things I like about Halo, like I've kind of like Halo was great when it first came out. Great set of games, fun. Like you're shooting aliens, you got all these wacky guns to use. They're a lot of fun. It's kind of mediocre now. Like I've played the new version, and it's kind of boring. But one of the things I thought was smart was they had a system where if you play through the game on legendary difficulty, you can unlock different skulls, and different skulls give you different things. So you can either make the game easier or harder or just wacky fun. Like there was like a birthday present, the grunt birthday party skull. You turn it on, and then anytime you shoot a grunt in the head, it explodes in a bunch of confetti and like fucking fire. It's like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Damn, dude, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, but that was smart because then you didn't have to do cheats. You could do all the wacky stuff you wanted with the skulls. You know, like there's a skull for like, bottom, like your health doesn't, or not your health doesn't go up, but your ammo never goes down. So you never have to like reload or run out of ammo. There's skulls to make it like easier to kill things. There's just a lot of fun stuff that way. And I was like, that's smart because then you don't have to waste, all the time that it takes to set up all the cheats. And then maybe fuck up your game and have to like reinstall the game and, do it again and all this other shit. You can just turn on and off the skulls when you want and make the game fun and wacky on your own. It's like the next level of difficulty level, kind of.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the world today? Because there's got to be other stuff going on. Oh, did you see the manly tier? I don't know if you watched that video. It was only like 13 seconds long. But I was watching Jack Reacher, the series. But I think it's just called Reacher. It's like a 8-episode show from, Showtime or HBO, where you can watch it legally, I suppose, if you're into that kind of thing. Paying for like the 9 million fucking streaming services. Like, I'd happily support the entertainment I like if there was like, 1 or 2 or 3 services like there was before, like Netflix and Amazon Prime and what was the other one? The ridiculous one where you bought it and then they still charged, they still had fucking advertising. What was the name of that service? Oh, I can't think of it. I'm sure everybody knows what I'm thinking about. If there's nobody watching. Oh, hey, what's up, Stench Ever? What's going on? Yeah, we had to stream on my channel for like a couple of fucking episodes because we were banned from YouTube again for God only knows what somebody reported or some algorithm found.
Shit.
Oh, okay, this guy.
Pretty crazy.
All right, there we go.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
Yep. But it was a pretty fun fucking
So she went to try to get her dad from the Empire, and the shit was about to blow up his ship. And he's like, "No, I'm gonna stay here. You go ahead, save yourself." So I guess the captain going down with the ship, kind of thing. I guess
there's a lot of weirdness going on with Star Wars, like mythology as of late. Anyway.
Yeah, but apparently the games are actually considered part of canon, dude. It's pretty crazy.
Yep.
All right, I hope I get a fucking starfighter level again here. Those are definitely the ones I like the most.
Ha, sucker. That's why I picked this character, because he fucking counters, you dummy. Yay.
All right. Look at Kylo. Yeah.
What the fuck? How did she take 6 fucking rounds twice? That's ridiculous, dude. What the fuck?
Might be, I don't care.
I am not going up against that bitch anymore. Somebody else deal with her.
Or cheating, or just fucking
I have
crazy?
no idea. I could have been a healer that I just didn't see.
All right.
Never much like you.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, this is just boring. I'm out. Switch it up. Switch it up. Oh, no, that's Discord. I was looking to see the live stream here. Actually, I'll just stop with that game for now. Trying to think. There's really not a whole lot going on other than just, you know, war. Like, war. Yay. It's like the back of everybody's mind. Oh, but Reacher is okay, so Reacher was fucking funny as fuck. It was this great show where he's the manliest fucking man on the planet. Like, they wrote him as just like ridiculous. And like, I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen the movies for Jack Reacher. The ones with like Tom Cruise in them. But Jack Reacher is essentially like this ex-special forces military guy who just sort of roams around and just, you know, casually happens upon all of these wacky things that are going on. And solves, you know, crimes and mysteries and whatnot through like, you know, he's incredibly intelligent, sort of like Sherlock Holmesian type leaps of logic. But he's also like this ridiculously strong like fighter guy who fucking knows how to use like the guns and everything and can just fucking destroy everything. Just to an insane level. And like in this one, cause I assume you're probably not gonna watch it, or you just don't care about spoilers.
Yeah, go ahead, dude. I don't give a shit.
Okay. So in this one, he's going up against like a corrupt mayor and a corrupt like rich guy who are running this town and using it as a counterfeiting operation. And they're going through at the very end of the show, and they're like gonna take everybody down, and they're going through this warehouse. To start his assault on the warehouse, they light the fucking thing on fire because, you know, that's where you begin.
Right.
Which was awesome, but he's just wandering around through like the flames, like fucking executing people with his gun. He's got his friend who's like a detective named Neagley, black lady named Neagley. Like, just try and not pay attention to that while you're watching the show. You're like, wait, like, what's her name again? You called her what again? That's I don't know if I'm comfortable with this anymore. It's a weird choice. But that was pretty entertaining in and of itself. But like, everybody's got their big enemy to fight at the end, except for Neagley, because she's sort of a big character. So everybody's going through. The first guy he tried to help out, who's on the run from the crime syndicate because, you know, he got forced through fear into like, joining them and laundering their money. He's got to fight somebody, and then they're like the hot police girl that, of course Reacher seduced and had sex with is she's got to kill the mayor because the mayor like murdered her father figure character guy. And it just sort of goes like that down the line. The police, the head of the police that was in the town that he's working with, has to kill like an FBI guy that betrayed him because he turned out to be like the hitman that was working for this group of bad people. And then Reacher's gonna kill the rich man's son because the rich man's son killed his brother. And the whole
Makes
show
sense.
is. Yeah, of course, and like, it's all like suitable deaths. Like Reacher, fucking his way of killing the son is fucking ridiculous. He lights him on fire and just watches him burn to death. Like, I don't think I've seen a more brutal fucking execution.
Jesus.
Like, the police.
That is pretty vicious, man.
Yeah, the police guy shoots the FBI guy after digging his thumbs into a bullet wound that the FBI guy had to incapacitate him. And fucking,
Wow.
like, oh man! And then the the mayor's gonna get killed by the girl. He ends up getting shot, but because she just like handcuffed him to the railing, so he would have had to like burn to death as the building burned down. And then, of course, the last person to leave the building is Reacher. And the building is almost done burning, and fucking it explodes, knocking the doors off, and that's when Reacher comes out.
All right. Sounds plausible.
Yeah, like, he doesn't come out until after the building is, like, done being on fire and explodes and the doors all get knocked off. Yeah, that's when he comes out to fucking, when he's like, I got my guy, and you're like, Jesus fucking Christ. Well, yeah, you got him. You destroyed a fucking warehouse with fire and bombs and then just stayed inside while the whole thing was going on, because, why the fuck not, right? It was definitely entertaining.
So that's a lot of over the top action and shit.
Okay, so here's the scene that I put down, and you'll have a better appreciation for this scene now. So Reacher and his brother, there's a flashback where Reacher and his brother are visiting their mom on her deathbed, and I swear, I shit you not, she uses the line, "Because you're pure, because your hearts are pure." Which makes no sense at all, right? Like, she's just telling them that they're good boys, but she's like, and I know you'll do the right thing because you're pure, because your heart's so pure. And she's like, her hands are all shaky and shit. And they go out and get in the car, and they're ready to leave because mom died, and they're like sad. And Reacher's brother turns to Reacher, who's just got this sad look on his face as he's looking out the window, and he says, "Now you can cry." And Reacher lets one single manly tear drop down his cheek. Cries one manly tear.
Damn,
and it's
dude.
very obviously like computer animated tears, so it's just super fucking defined and shiny and shit. I mean, seriously, if you have a second, just watch like the 13-second clip there.
Right.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Give me a second. I'm right in the middle of a.
Oh, and they also pulled the Hudson Hawk. I don't know if do you remember Hudson Hawk with Bruce Willis, where he's
fuck yeah.
Yeah, and the whole time he's trying to get the cappuccino.
Yeah.
In this one, the whole time he's trying to get a fucking a slice of peach pie.
Wow.
So he's the entire time he's just like, man, I want to get this peach pie. In the very beginning, and he gets arrested because they think he killed his brother, even though, like, because, they don't know who he is yet, and he just got into town, so the stranger must be the one. That's like the limit of the police, you know. Police are really smart people in this game, in the movie. They're very intelligent folks. But he's, you know, so he doesn't get the peach pie there. And then every time, like, something comes up when he finally gets a chance to go to that place and he's going to get a piece of peach pie. And he keeps getting told, like, oh, it's the best in the county. It's the best in the state, you know, blah, blah, blah. Oh, because they're in Georgia. So obviously, you know, Georgia peaches. And all that kind of shit. And you know, at one point, like, I think he's sitting down with one of the bad guys to eat the peach pie. And he, in order to pocket a fork because he's, you know, at gunpoint, he, has to spill coffee on his peach pie and he doesn't get the peach pie again. You know, and then of course at the very end he finally gets the peach pie. But just you know, but you know, because they're pulling the Hudson Hawk. They gotta have the Hudson Hawk in there that moment.
Yeah. You gotta let them get the pie at the end.
Oh yeah, of course. It does get it. Yeah, the police captain is the one who buys him the piece of pie at the end. And the captain's like, so what do you think? And he's like, no, I've had better.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fucking so fun. The writing is just so cheesy and ridiculous. But it's very enjoyable. And just so many silly points. Like at one point, you know, he has to rescue a dog to demonstrate that he's a really good guy, and he's, you know, he's saving the dog. And then, like, somebody finds out that he murdered a bunch of civilians when he was in Afghanistan. And they're like, oh, you know, you're a bad man for doing that. And the girl he likes is like, well, what, you know, tell me about this. This guy said you killed a bunch of civilians in Afghanistan. He's like, well, you know, he tells this long story about these boys that he was helping out and then fucking were being molested. So he killed the guys that were molesting him. He's like, well, I don't know. Do you still think I'm bad? Do you have a problem with me killing child molesters? And you're like, Jesus Christ.
God damn, dude. That's pretty fucking intense.
Yep. But, you know, they have to demonstrate value, and that's their way of demonstrating that he's a valuable man. Because he murdered those child molesters like a real man. I mean, to be fair, like, I think there's not a lot of people who would be like, yeah, but you can't just kill people like that. Most people would be like, well, you know, like, I'm not gonna,
like, technically it's wrong, but
well, and you know, if you're in war, right. It's not like who's gonna find out. Yeah, legally speaking, you know, morally speaking, I mean, I don't really have a problem with that. You know, like you can kill whoever you want. Oh man, this is it's an amazing show. I highly recommend it to anybody who you know, wants to watch.
Absolutely, I recommend it to you. What are we talking about?
The show Reacher.
I never heard of it.
Okay, Reacher is super badass government agent or not ex-government agent. He's like ex-special forces who hitchhikes around the world. Like because it's based off a book series. He hitchhikes all over the world and then just, you know, fixes all sorts of like crazy over-the-top problems with crazy over-the-top violence wherever he goes. Sort of like MacGyver, but with a lot more guns. And a lot less rational responses, because, you know, sometimes you can't just shoot everybody in the general vicinity because you think it's a good idea.
Indeed. Speaking of conspiracy, well, something like that. Have you guys ever heard of or seen that spin-off show from the X-Files about those 3 conspiracy theory guys?
No.
Yeah, it's an old show from the 90s. It only had like 1 season.
Oh, that's always a shame, especially if it's good.
Well, and from what I've heard, like part of the reason why it was shut down was actually not because it was like bad ratings or anything like that. Apparently, it was due to pressure from the FBI.
Really?
Now, I don't know. I never confirmed all this. I just heard about it, and I thought, oh, that's interesting. So what happened was that the showrunners, they were like, writing the scripts and getting ready and all that, but then they thought they should do some investigation, like or do some research because they want to make it authentic. And one of which was they thought they'd call up the FBI and see if they can give them some tips. Nothing too crazy or anything like that. And they gave them the outline for some of the stories. One of which was the conspiracy to have the government, have a fake terrorist attack, and then give them reason to go to war. One of which was to apparently have a plane crash into the World Trade Center in New York.
Oh no!
Now, so
I'm sure somebody was like, "You're not supposed to tell them what we're fucking planning, asshole!" Like, what is wrong with you? You're not supposed to just give away the whole fucking plot.
Yeah, well, and they were saying that they're giving the excuse that that you're making people not trust the FBI, because before that you had the X-Files, which you had Mulder and Scully, and they work in the FBI. That's different. But if you have an actual conspiracy theories investigating into stuff with the FBI, you can't have that. So
yeah, you can't tell the truth. Don't be Alex Jones in this motherfucker.
Well, who knows what's going on there? So apparently, yeah, they were saying that it's you're dissolving the trust within the FBI. We can't have you do this.
Well, unfortunately, the FBI has no fucking say whatsoever in it. But I'm realistically, I'm sure there's stuff they can do to come after you.
Probably. So that's been an interesting thing. I don't know. Again, I don't know. I haven't confirmed any of this. I just saw a couple things about it, and I thought, I should look into this, and I haven't yet.
Yeah, you never know. It could be true. Could be total bullshit.
I don't know. Speaking of things I'm supposed to be looking into, so I wholeheartedly believe my mother has been listening to conspiracy theories. Because she thinks the whole trucker convoy that just happened was all funded by someone in Afghanistan or some billionaire or whatever.
What?
Exactly. It's like I heard this. I thought I never said it out loud. I just kind of rolled my eyes and thought.
Yeah, that's kind of silly. Like what an odd concept.
What an odd concept. Yeah. I told her I'll look into it. I'm pretty sure it's just, conspiracy theories. And then she calls me the conspiracy theorist.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, a lot of things that seemed like they were conspiracy theories, just a couple of years ago have turned out to be 100% true. So, I mean, at this point, you can't...
Oh, yeah, but they'll never admit it.
Write them off at this point. What is it like Alex Jones is? They're really going hard press on him now. Like they're trying to fucking put him in jail or some shit.
Yeah, doing the whole January 6th thing. and then I don't know. They start the whole like he's going through trial or whatever. Try to get him arrested or sent to jail because of the January 6th and the insurrection, which of course is absolutely silly.
I mean, even Trump was like peaceful protest. Keep it peaceful. So.
Well, and not to mention, like he had his own little thing going on the other side. Like he was so far away, there was no way he could have incited a whole group to go out and do it. So none of this makes any sense. So they're trying to get him arrested.
It's just ways to silence and go after dissent. It's nothing to do with any sort of actual thing that happened.
Well, and I think
which is the scary part if you think about it, because they're basically being allowed to just shit all over the Constitution at this point.
And I think all the stuff going on with the whole Russia stuff, I think they're going to try and spin it as an excuse to say we need to get all Russian actors or suspected Russian actors, and then they'll use it as an excuse to arrest Trump. Or something.
Probably.
Or any of the supporters.
Probably any supporters, and probably round them up and put them into camps like they did with the Japanese in World War II.
Yeah, so I think they're going to do what they can to get.
I think people should be arming themselves and prepared, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is all... We all pretty much see this coming, so...
Yep.
There's not much we can do about it at this point. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Whether or not it's allowed, then wow. We've already seen that they're desperate because they know that that their power.
Well, if they know,
waning.
they have to know the actual counts of the vote, so they know that they're an extreme minority of supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody supports them. It's just, people haven't gotten wise to the fact that, like, you pretty much just gotta stop them however you gotta stop them at this point.
Well, and again, like earlier when I mentioned, I think it's partially because like they're scared because if a new government gets in place, let's say if Trump wins and here in Canada the Conservatives win, I think there will be a reckoning, and like investigations will go through, and then like I said,
well, because I mean they've shit all over both countries' most basic human rights laws,
Yeah, and so if they lose power, I mean at this point they're fighting for their lives, and that's why they're being as desperate as humanly possible, and it's you can tell that they're desperate. So they know that for them this is life and death. So I don't blame them for being desperate, but at the same time, I mean, you guys made your bed, you got to rest in it. So
yeah, definitely agree.
No, it's just going to happen. I mean, you can delay the inevitable and try and stop it from happening as best you can, but it's not going to work. It's the same thing, like the whole look at the stuff that happened with the truckers. Like, yeah, they got everyone out. They seized a bunch of bank accounts. They took a bunch of trucks, and they said they're not giving them back. And they're actually no one ever said whether or not they're going to sell the trucks that they seized, but we know they're going to sell the trucks. Which, of course, they can't do, but they're going to do it anyways.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, y'all need to fucking get your rifles and take care of business, because it's too late to fucking vote.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you need to understand, like, if the hearts and minds have been changed, then they're done anyways. And I think that, if anything, people are more aware now than they've ever been about how long this has been going on and the overreach.
But consider the fact that all of the people in positions that would be used to enforce their rule are on their side at this point. Like, they've basically eliminated all of the reasonable, like, police and military by, introducing the same sort of propaganda into, what do you call it? Into the military and the police. Mm-hmm. So, like, as long as they can make the pretense of appearing legal, they can continue to keep those people enforcing their rules, whether or not they've legitimately won. Won't matter, because they have all the guns.
Well, and that can be, but I don't know how long that would last. I mean, you have to remember, like, in America, you guys have a different thing. You guys have all the guns.
True.
And so
true.
They can try to oppress the population, and it's not going to work. And a country can invade, but they're not going to win either. So, like, one way or the other, you guys are fine. But me here in Canada, it's different. And there's not enough guns to go around to get anything done. So the best thing we have at our disposal is peaceful protests. And it's working in its own way. I mean, you also have to remember, that I was trying to say earlier that the convoy isn't dead. It's still going. What they did is they just moved out. And they're still around. In fact, the major cities, like pretty much everyone did go home, but the protests are still happening in all the major cities. Every major city in the downtown, it's got lots of protesters, truckers are all there. No one's covering it, but it's happening. And
it's still going. Yeah, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not like.
And so essentially all they're doing is they're regrouping, and so now they're coming up because what they did, they've seized the bank accounts. They've suspended your license and all that stuff. They're doing all this, all the things that they can, and all that they've done is they've gone back and they're coming up with a new strategy to make sure the money is secured. Because the other thing that happened is the banking thing, which is terrifying to no end. Because the fact that the banks are complicit in all this, and like I said, faith within the banks is gone. So now they have to come up with a different system. Now it's probably not going to be anything digital. I'm guessing they're probably just going to have hard cash. They're just going to gather up as much cash as they can, and they're going to disperse it as they can. And it's the same thing with the gas, because they tried to shut down people having gas. Well, that didn't work either.
Oh yeah, it is whether that can kill somebody. Like, that's so fucking ridiculously over the line.
and they still took the gas. The only reason the truckers still there is because the citizens themselves got gas cans. And then they said that you will be fined or arrested if you bring gas cans. There were so many people coming out with gas cans. How can you arrest everyone? It's like the entire city was out to support them. So
yeah, because this is overwhelmingly popular. You know, it's not like some random fringe group.
Yeah. So,
although Trudeau has literally called them that. I don't know if you heard that, but I was literally listening to a clip from him where he literally referred to them as fringe fanatics.
Yes.
Yeah, the fringe fanatics that outnumber all of your people by a fucking order of magnitude. You know, it's like, fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he really does seem to be going for full dictatorship, dude. Yeah, I wish I knew which fucking video I watched earlier, because there was a clip of him talking about how great China is and how the it being a dictatorship made it so easy for them to turn the economy around and start trying to go green, which I don't know that
that's
China's
fucking
actually
creepy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, that's obviously, it's pretty obvious that's what fucking Trudeau is going for, dude.
He's got to make his daddy proud, you know?
Pretty fucking scary. Yeah. You mean Castro?
Yeah, yeah.
Or are you talking about Pierre? Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point everybody knows his daddy was Castro, right? I mean, it's sort of like a
yeah. Yeah, it's funny. I was watching the show the other day, and they showed like an older picture of Castro, like with the beard and everything. And I'm like, I know there's a picture of a young Castro without a beard, and holy shit, do they look fucking so alike?
Oh yeah.
So I don't know why they weren't using that one. Oh, I think it was Matt. I think it was fucking Matt Christensen on Sunday.
Oh.
I was like, why are you using that picture? There's definitely a picture that shows him, again, younger. It looks so much. So, yeah,
you know what's interesting?
Pierre Trudeau's wife is just a huge fucking star fucking whore, dude. My apologies, Samaj, for disparaging your former, first lady or whatever the fuck you call her.
Or whatever the fuck. I'm so sorry.
He's off. I didn't even realize. I just noticed that his headphones and fucking speaker were muted.
Yeah. So you gotta make the right food.
Yeah, man. Times are getting fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, no, we're rapidly approaching that point of no return where it's like, if we want to maintain freedom, we pretty much just have to kill a bunch of people that are evil. Like, there's not a lot of other options. Like, they've basically made the determination themselves to treat everyone as if they're not human, and it's like, well, when that starts happening, you can't reason with somebody who's decided that you're not a human.
Yeah. Election's not going to help in that fucking.
Yeah, there's no
scenario.
Yeah, there's no there's no reasonable recourse other than extreme violence. Sadly, at that point.
Yeah,
I just hope people realize like that's where we're at. Like, it kind of sucks, but
yeah, and that's. Yeah, I wish there was another. Again, I'm not doing anything. You're not doing anything, but
yeah, we're not advocating anybody
like
actually doing anything. Just to be clear, we're just talking in an entertaining fashion.
Yeah, in Minecraft and such.
In Minecraft, at least not in the United States, where it would be illegal for us to say that. In Canada, it's not illegal for us to say anything about Canada having a revolution. That's all our prerogative. Yeah. We're not violating any U.S. laws in that fashion.
Yeah,
if we were actually fomenting it,
the things that Trudeau is doing and saying, again, I wish I could think of some other fucking
what
scenario.
Really disgusts me is like our politicians aren't speaking out against it, and they should be.
Yeah,
like they should be saying like.
Go ahead.
They should all be talking about like Trudeau is a tyrant, and we should fucking. We should send relief, and our truckers should be joining in and doing the same thing. Like this is
Yeah, you would think at least the Republican guys would fucking say something.
See,
You know
I
what
think
I mean?
what they're
Like,
really
what the
terrified
fuck,
of, the reason they're going after the truckers in Canada so hard is because it's effective. And they're terrified that it might spread to other countries like the U.S. and all over Europe and stuff like that. Because semis are really the lifeblood of a lot of the economy in every country. So if truckers across the world were just like, yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore, like that would pretty well fuck over a lot of very wealthy people.
Yeah. Yep. It must disgust them to be, possibly taken down by lowly truck drivers.
Yep. I imagine they're not
That's
thrilled.
That's what my dad did, so I'm not personally disparaging truck drivers. I just want to make sure that's clear.
Oh yeah, when I worked at the gas station, fucking truck drivers were the nicest people there. Like they were the ones you could guarantee were going to be like polite and respectful and friendly. Like that's just everybody else had their some people were chill, some people were assholes. Truck drivers were fucking always chill.
Like almost universally, yeah, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, them and bikers and truck drivers were like the two nicest groups of people. And I figure it's because they knew they were going to be there a lot.
Right.
They were like, we're gonna be in and out of these gas stations all the fucking time. We're gonna be polite and friendly because we don't want to be like dealing with like a gas station that fucking won't let us in anymore.
Yeah. That's funny, dude. I remember reading the Hell's Angels book that Hunter S. Thompson wrote. Way back in the what was that, like the 50s probably? But yeah, anyways, he was talking about how a lot of them would fucking stop and fucking help people if the cars broke down on the side of the road and that kind of shit. Because they had this awful reputation. So they almost did it to freak people out. You know what I mean?
Oh, like you thought we were going to pull over and like beat your ass, but we fucking fixed your car.
Yeah, apparently some of them would actually have business cards that literally said something like, you've been helped out by Hell's Angels, and it would have like their fucking name on it or whatever. Like fucking business cards.
Of course, they had a horrible reputation because they were horrible people in a lot of respects.
Yeah, no, they definitely did a lot of fucked up shit, too. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like that was not some innocent group of bikers. Like they ran a lot of criminal enterprise and killed a lot of people.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they ran a lot of drugs and shit back in the day, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely movers.
Yeah, big movers and shakers in meth, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Probably weed too, but I think mostly meth.
Yeah, because again, on a bike, like to have the amount of weed you would need to make a decent chunk of change would not fit on a bike very easily. But meth, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
As far as volume, taken up by the drug.
Yeah, I don't think they personally transported a lot, though. I think they were more like the people who were running the whole thing from like behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think a lot of them did, though, dude. I think that was definitely.
Yeah, it's not a big stretch to assume a motorcyclist would drive a fucking rig as well.
Yeah. Or again, if you have a drug like cocaine or meth, where the value relative to how much volume it takes up is like a sustainable model for a biker to fucking take.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But again, like I said, probably not a lot of weed going on the bikes.
Yeah, I would imagine they probably dealt weed, but probably not as much as meth. Because if you're gonna make money, you're gonna do a lot of both. Some cocaine, some heroin,
a lot of murder for hire, and a lot of murder for hire shit too, I'd imagine.
I don't know. That seems like the kind of thing that could really fuck you over.
Yeah.
Like, the police are going to concentrate on you if you're dealing with drugs. If you're straight up fucking executing people, there's a
Right.
lot more
Point.
fucking pressure
That would bring a
coming
lot of heat
from
on you.
a lot more places.
Yeah, that would definitely bring a lot more heat on you.
I mean, you'd have to assume. I mean, I could be wrong though. Obviously, I don't know, but
Yeah, I'm sure there were some, but not. You know what I mean?
oh
Probably
yeah,
not
no,
a
I'm
lot.
sure they killed some
Probably
people
wasn't
for hire.
widespread. But yeah, probably not their main source of income.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Man.
Yeah, they had like an arrangement with like the fucking mob. We're like, hey, you kill our guy, so it doesn't make it look like it would be tied to us, and we'll kill your guy.
Fucking throw
Since we
Mama
have no
off the
ties to
train, but
them.
with fucking motorcyclists and mafia guys.
So you swap murders, crisscross. Oh fuck! The movie was silly.
Did they end up actually killing the people? I've forgotten. I haven't seen it in so long.
No. The chick had fallen off the boat, and fucking Danny DeVito claimed that he pushed her off.
Ah, okay. So she died just by a random accident, not like.
No, she didn't die. She ended up surviving. That's how they knew that he didn't push her off, because she was like, "No, I just fell over the side." And this guy, she ended up hooking up with the guy that rescued her somehow. I don't know. It was fucking stupid.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, they were supposed to kill each other's moms, right?
No, I think it was his ex-wife, Billy Crystal's ex-wife, and then Danny DeVito's mom. Yeah.
Wasn't that not Schwarzenegger, Stallone's real mom or something in that film or something? I think.
No. Throw mama from the train?
I thought his mom was
No,
in there.
that chick that was the main. I don't. Maybe that's his mom. I don't think so though. It's the chick that was in the Goonies. You know the bad guys in the Goonies.
Oh, that
the
lady.
mother and the
Okay,
two
yeah,
sons.
yeah. She was really good at being just a fucking unlikable cunt.
Yeah, indeed. The Fratellis. That's what it was in the Goonies.
The Fratellis. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love that fucking movie, dude.
The Goonies.
I wonder. It's another one, kind of like UHF. Like if I had never watched it until I was an adult, would I still love it? You know what I mean? It's like one of the like UHF. Me and my friend, when we were living at the sober living place, we put it on. It was on Netflix at the time or whatever, and we were telling these other two guys, we're like, dude, this fucking movie's great, dude. You got to watch it. And like the entire time they're sitting through it, like looking at each other and like looking at us, like, you like this shit? This is fucking weird. So again,
maybe you gotta enjoy it when you're a child to really.
Yeah, most likely. I don't know, man. I'd have to talk to somebody who saw the Goonies as an adult that didn't see it as a kid.
But yeah, that's a tough one.
Indeed.
All right, Dalton, you go back to your house. No, I'm going to leave you in your shop. That'll be funny. Anything else interesting going on in the world today? I can't think of anything that's really going on. Oh, I watched the Loki
the war,
show.
The impending World War.
Yeah, it kind of takes a big chunk of everybody's attention. I watched the Loki show. That was actually pretty good. That wasn't too bad. They don't actually kill Loki off. Like I heard that they killed Loki off and just went off with like a female character. That's not at all how it works.
So they didn't give it the He-Man treatment.
Yeah, no, they didn't at all. It's Loki is the main character the entire time, our Loki. But there's a bunch of, because it's dimensional stuff that goes on, like dimensional and time travel stuff goes on. So there's a bunch of Lokis throughout the show.
Oh, gotcha.
So there's a female Loki at one point.
Played by? Are they all essentially played by Robert Hiddleston or Huddleston or whatever the fuck?
He plays a couple of them, but they start to get real fucking weird after a while.
Oh, I gotcha.
Like at one point, there's an alligator Loki.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, just to give you an idea of how crazy it gets, like, at one point, there's literally an alligator with the little Loki crown on its head that fucking goes around going after people.
Wow. So is all of Asgard fucking alligators then, or?
Essentially, okay, so, the storyline where there's like a time travel or timeline group of people, like they basically, this group of people that try to maintain the proper timeline. I'm sure that's happened in enough different like comic book series, but essentially it's that, and so like their job is to go around and eliminate divergence. People that diverge from the timeline for every reason. So if there's like for some reason Loki escapes somewhere where he's supposed to, essentially it turns into a multiverse because of like time travel and dimensional shit.
Yeah.
And so he's up against like this agency of people that are supposed to maintain a specific timeline because that's the timeline that makes everything not get destroyed. Even though they don't know that everything is going to be destroyed, it's all basically just one guy who's really powerful who wants to keep everything going a specific way and not allow anything to change.
All right.
But at one point,
I remember
Loki,
that character. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say in the X-Men, it was a character called Roma. She was called something weird like the Universal Majestrix or some crazy shit like that. Anyway, sorry, go on.
Oh, at one point, Loki, the other main character that turns up that's another Loki is a female Loki, and of course Loki falls in love with Loki. Because, that's not weird.
Well, he is an incredibly vain character, so it would kind of make sense that he would fall in love with himself.
Yeah, of course the one person Loki would love more than any other person on the multiverse would be himself, essentially.
A female version of himself, yeah.
But essentially they it's got Owen Wilson, who's a lot of fun, as like the police, the time police character.
Yeah. I've seen the advertisement for it where he's like, no, I'm just taking him someplace to talk.
Yeah, and Owen Wilson like plays a bunch of tapes that show what his life would have been had he not diverged, and it shows him, him betraying his mom, leading to her death, and his own death at fucking the hands of Thanos eventually. And he basically like turns into a good guy because you can't really have a long series of stuff with the person genuinely being evil. Like they have to have some sort of redeeming quality.
Yeah.
So it goes along that, and it's a lot of fun to watch. There's a lot of fun little like wacky moments and hilarious hijinks. Highly recommend. I also tried to watch. Oh yeah,
just called Loki, or what's the name of the series?
Yeah, it's just called Loki.
Okay. All right. What's it on? I'm guessing it's Disney, right? The Disney Plus or whatever.
I watched it. I pirated it. I don't remember what service it's supposed to be on.
Sorry, I forgot who I was asking.
Disney. Like if there was a cable service I could buy where like this stuff was available on it to pay like a monthly fee, I'd be happy to. But there isn't, so I don't fucking care. Like y'all expect
Yeah,
me
I
to
hear
spend
you.
$500 a fucking month on some fucking bullshit streaming services? Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Or
kind of
I
wish they would
yeah.
fucking consolidate, dude.
Yeah, right. I mean, it
I
would
guess
make
that's
more
kind of
sense because I
impossible.
don't. Like I said, I don't have a problem paying like a reasonable amount per month to watch this stuff. But I'm not gonna
But
fucking pay
yeah,
like
paying
50 different companies, 50 different like $20 a month fee.
yeah, 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 it definitely gets excessive.
Exactly. It's fucking absurd, is what it is. But hey, it is what it is. Whatever. Whatever, there's nothing that I can do about it. So it is what it is, and that's all there is to it, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I kind of feel like Netflix should have played shit a little closer to the vest and not let it be obvious how much ridiculous amounts of money they were making by throwing $30 million to like comedians to do a special and fucking crazy shit like that.
Did they throw $30 million at somebody for a fucking comedy special?
I don't know, not that much, but I think they paid like like Chappelle and some of them like 10 million, dude, to do one single special.
Wow.
Yeah, Amy Schumer, fucking
Well,
back
I mean,
and forth.
Chappelle, I can kind of see paying a big fee for a big special. That kind of makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, but they were overpaying a bunch of people to do fucking specials, dude.
Yeah, that's a lot. Amy Schumer, I mean, throw her like $5 in a fucking can of ring dings or something, or some mellow
Yeah,
yellow.
I mean, honestly, I mean, she definitely did the fucking woke bullshit and became not funny, which is generally what happens. But there was a time when she was pretty goddamn funny, dude.
Yeah, she was one
It
of my
wasn't a
favorite.
very
I
long
really
period
enjoyed
of
her
time.
comedy not that long ago. No, I absolutely agree.
Although I think that's when she was dating Jeselnik and he was writing her fucking jokes for her.
Yeah, that's right. We realized that she probably stole a lot of her fucking jokes. Forgot about that part. Yeah, Jeselnik.
Yeah, no, that was almost certainly happened too. But
I think I
yeah,
got
the
to the point
shit
where
she
the
was
hate was
doing
just
when she was really
self-propagating. I was like, oh no, I just hate her. I don't remember why, but I'm sure there was a good reason.
funny. Yeah, it's kind of weird because I don't like Jeselnik at all. I think he fucking sucks.
Yeah, his sense of humor
Well,
is
he just
meh.
you can't have every single fucking joke be some kind of misdirection bullshit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it
Like
gets really
it's fucking
boring. It's
every
like
single
that's why
time.
David Wright is not super popular still. Because eventually he just fucking wears thin.
Who's David Wright?
Isn't he the guy with like the funky hair that used to do like
Oh, Steven. You mean Stephen Wright?
Stephen Wright? Yeah, okay. I got the wrong
Stephen Wright.
first name.
Okay. Yeah, the guy that talks in the monotone.
Yeah.
I had a dog named Spot, and they put Spot mover on him, and he disappeared.
Yeah. Yeah, that stuff. It's like, yeah, those are funny, but after a while, it's like, all right, I've heard that joke enough.
Well, his is not as blatant as Jeselnik, but yeah.
Yeah, he's a little more subtle, but it still gets old after a while.
Yeah. I like that they had him do the in Reservoir Dogs. Like he's the what do you call it? On the radio, like he's the radio announcer.
I don't think I saw that.
What was that? You haven't seen Reservoir Dogs? Like
No, I don't think I ever watched
movie.
Reservoir Dogs. No, I'm pretty sure I've never watched that.
Yeah,
Actually,
you should find some place. Yeah, you should find some place to pirate it and fucking watch Reservoir Dogs, dude.
it's not like that would be a
I don't
hard
know
one
about
to
anybody
find.
else. Yeah, well, it's my favorite movie of Tarantino's, dude. Although I do really like Kill Bill and Pulp Fiction too. You guys, that's your fucking homework assignment. Watch Reservoir Dogs. I commend it.
Command it. You are in a position to command nothing.
Well, I can command it, and it might not work.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Still do it.
you can do it. All right. Is there any other pop culture films that I've definitely not seen that I should be watching?
Have you ever? I think I asked you, or I told you about it before. But did you ever watch Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
I think I watched a good part of it. Got like an hour into it before I kind of got bored and was like, eh. Like he's gonna do a lot of drugs.
It's a weird movie. This is the same people who also worked on the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, or at least the
Oh, that
first
explains
three.
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp was a huge fan of fucking Hunter S. Thompson, so that's why he played him. Or well, actually, that's how he met him. Was from doing the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and they were like good buddies ever since. Up until Hunter blew his fucking brains out.
Oh, did Hunter kill himself? That's kind of a shame. I always figured he like died of some sort of overdose.
Yeah, well, there's theories that he was like, killed, made it look like a suicide, which is possible because apparently, allegedly, he was writing some kind of 9/11 expose or something.
Yeah, that'll get you fucking
But
axed.
he might have. he
or he was
himself.
high on a lot of fucking drugs and shot himself. This is likely.
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty fucking old, and it's pretty amazing because he's obviously a fucking drug addict his entire fucking life. So to live to that age, pretty fucking amazing.
True. I mean, depending on the drugs you do and how bad you are at doing drugs. You know what I mean? Like if you're one of those people who can like self-regulate really well, like you do drugs, but you're not like doing like ridiculous amounts constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you're fine.
Yeah,
but
you're not fucking,
if you're one of those people who like,
you're not.
You're gonna do all the drugs every time there's any drugs, no matter what, right away. Then you're not gonna make it that long. Like it's not gonna work out for you. Sorry.
Yeah, well, not usually, but again, he was that type, and he somehow lived to that fucking age.
Oh, then that is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, that Fear and Loathing shit is based on like what happened when he went up to cover that race for Sports Illustrated. They trashed 2 hotel rooms, did fucking ridiculous amounts of drugs, fucking.
Yeah. Doing all the drugs.
Other craziness. Yeah, like his attorney friend that was based on Oscar Zeta Acosta, who fucking like just disappeared one day and nobody knows what the fuck happened to him. I
mean, probably dead somewhere.
Yeah, almost certainly, because he was definitely dealing with some crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah, my aunt was married to a mafia guy briefly who disappeared one night. Nobody knows where. Just like one morning, he was gone, the car was gone, and that was that.
Neither were ever seen again.
Neither were ever seen again. She can only assume that he either was murdered by his associates or disappeared to avoid being murdered by his associates.
Right. I still wonder if Jimmy Hoffa really was buried under Giant Stadium, dude.
Oh, there's like, I imagine there's a lot of like random theories as to where Hoffa is buried. Like everybody sort of assumes he's under the concrete of a building somewhere. Yeah.
It's alleged that, again, because it happened right around the time that obviously Giant Stadium was being built. So they probably just threw him into this gigantic amount of concrete that went into the the base of the stadium. And there's no fucking way he's ever going to be found.
Yeah, makes sense.
Indeed.
Very believable. We made doing like a film for a friend, and we had to do a bunch of different scenes. And at one point, we were like supposed to be like two construction workers talking about like the building that we were just finished building. Was we found a building in our town that was like under construction, and the only jokes we made were like about hookers in the fucking concrete. Like, we're like, how many hookers are in that fucking concrete? Well, too fucking many. I'm not sure that's gonna stay up, you know. Like,
a lot of hookers that were getting a little lippy with who they were fucking.
yeah, we're not sure that's gonna stay up, that building, because that concrete is riddled with dead hookers. Yeah, that was entertaining. And then there was a scene where everybody was just hanging out, supposed to be like business people having business conversations. And so everybody just spontaneously decided to talk about cocaine and hookers. So the entire thing is like the camera going through and catching like little snippets of conversation. So I killed the hooker in the bathroom, and then the next one is like, oh man, there was like a briefcase full of cocaine on the table. And it just keeps going. And you're like, and it just gets sillier and sillier. And then the funny part about that was they lost the audio. So they had us all dub it, but just terribly, because there's no way they were going to be able to dub it like accurately to the mouth movements, because nobody knew what they said. It was all just nonsense. So people just make hooker and blow jokes again, but like off dubbing, so people's mouths wouldn't match up anymore. And it just ended up being. I wish I had a copy of this fucking footage, because it was fucking hilarious. But the guy that made it was all tetchy about, like, I don't want anybody to know this is me. This is awful. It's like, dude, your whole class just fucking cried laughing watching this ridiculous video. Everybody that had a part in making it and watched it was like, this is amazing, dude. You should put this on YouTube. Like, what is your problem? I guess it wasn't dramatic enough for him.
All right. That's pretty crazy.
And we spent a lot of time on that thing. It was pretty entertaining.
That guy's got a lot of nerve not letting that out.
Well, you know, years ago. It just was a shame, because it was one of those things that, like, you didn't have to have any part in it. You didn't have to know what it was about. It was just fucking hilarious. You know, so it's like, I don't understand why you'd be embarrassed by that. That was the part that I didn't get. Like, if he didn't want to let it out, he didn't want to let it out. But he was genuinely, like, concerned people would think badly of him for it.
Wow. Interesting.
Whoops. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, sir? Anything cool?
Nope. Got to be something else happening in the world today of interest. Or maybe not.
You're like an hour after the show, and Biden has unilaterally declared himself king of America.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be terrifying.
But then, like, seconds later, he forgot all about it.
Yeah, and seconds later, he completely forgot what he did. That would actually be pretty fucking hilarious. Like, I am king of America. What's going on? How's it hanging, boys? You're like, wait a minute, how did you forget?
I pooped myself again.
Oh no, somebody's got to change Biden again.
That would be hilarious if they made Kamala do it.
Like, that's her real job. She just changes Joe Biden every once in a while.
Yeah, I don't know if you're the behind.
You gotta change Joe Biden. You gotta change Joe, and you gotta give him a blowy while you're down there. Can't be worse than fucking Willie Brown. Don't lie.
Yeah, any of the other fucking random politicians you blew to get where you're at.
Yeah, really. It's not like this is new for you. Come on, lady.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe there's pictures of her when she's younger and she's attractive, but dude, she just looks like she's built like a fucking linebacker, dude.
This is built like a linebacker. Oh, fuck it is too. Yeah, I don't understand why people like her, but I mean,
Yeah, well, if you look at the polls, there's not a whole lot of people that do.
yeah, true. That is very true. Actually, very few people like, yeah. Which isn't a surprise if you think about it.
Yeah, no, definitely not. That weird fucking cackle. Like, nobody said anything funny, bitch. What the fuck are you laughing at?
Yeah, I forgot about that laugh.
Yeah, she busts that out way too much, dude. Way too fucking often.
Yay!
Right.
I can only drink like 3
now
cups
you
of coffee.
fuckers.
It's so sad.
Now you fuckers run all kinds of fucking camp. Fucking bastard. I was way earlier. I waited like a fucking almost an hour because I was at like you can join 10 of these a day. You get good, decent rewards or whatever. And I was stuck at 9 for like a fucking hour and a half. And literally after that, I can just fucking send my dudes out to farm, and I have almost nothing to do the rest of the time. But
Oh, but
yeah,
yeah, you gotta
like,
wait while
just
that
somebody.
one thing.
Now, I could ask, but I don't usually do that until it's late, unless it's late in the late in the day, basically.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just not worth the trouble.
Yeah, yeah. They're basically just yeah. It just seems like, dude, why do you need this soon? There's like 12 hours left in the day.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product.
Just
Be
fucking
excited for
do
new
it.
product.
I'm an R4 motherfucker. I'll kick you right out of this alliance.
Mm. Can you kick people out of their alliances now?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm not the head because I'd never want to be. But yeah, I'm the next tier down. But there's like 20 of us too, so somebody could also kick me out of the alliance. Like the R4s can kick each other out. R5 is obviously the top. I guess that wasn't necessarily obvious, but whatever. And then obviously tier down. R1, you have fucking nothing. You're the lowest rung or whatever. But yeah, actually 1 through 3, I don't know what the difference is. I don't think there is. I think it's just like a weird prestige thing, which is why I never really cared about it. I'm like, yeah, make me an R1. I don't give a shit.
Oh, that actually kind of makes sense. Yeah, like you just like, why bother getting all the extra stuff if I don't need it for like some sort of reward? Because I mean, if all you got to do is be in some sort of alliance, then hey, who gives a shit about the level you're at if you're in that alliance? Oh, this satisfy this person. There we go. Man, this game is such a trippy game. Like, you gotta build things in people's houses for them and shit.
Were you a carpenter?
So, Littlewood is a game where you're basically creating like a little town, and you say you're the hero of the world. Like, you killed the demon lord, but it's after all that shit went down. So like everything's already good. There's no more demon lord. Everybody's happy. The world is peaceful. No issues at all. And you're rebuilding like this town. So you get to like get to know the like townspeople and like build each of them like a
pissed me off.
house, and then in their house you got to build like the right decorations.
Yeah, it kicked me off. I just barely got on like back on like 5 seconds ago.
Oh damn.
Yeah, dude, that fucking game, dude. It's bizarre, man, because it'll kick anything else out. It's like it's jealous of other apps or something. Like
Weird.
because on the new phones you can like minimize or make it like the little small window of like YouTube or whatever, and you can like use another app. Like I'll play the retro football game or whatever, and I'll have a video playing while I'm doing that. But that app, dude, it will fucking kick the other shit out. It's fucking, I don't know how it does it, but it'll kick that out. It'll kick me off of here if I'm on that too long. Really fucking weird.
Yeah, that is kind of strange, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's what it is, I guess. How odd, though.
Yeah. And it closes down too. Like, usually, I don't know, I haven't been a huge amount of apps, but usually if you close something down for like 10, 20, 30 seconds or whatever, you can open it back up and it's still running. With that app, like if you're out for more than 3 seconds and you go back into it, it's reloading itself, dude.
Weird.
Yeah.
What was it on my phone? There
bizarre.
was a game I was playing where like it was just mahjong, but then like every time the level ended, it would kick me out of the game, and I'd have to reload the game, and it would load up to the next level. It's really odd.
Yeah, that is fucking weird. Yeah, there are definitely some apps that just act bizarrely.
Oh, I need 99 plum berries to fucking create abstract art. Holy shit.
All right. I
Stupid
should check
bird,
the
man.
chat. See if anybody's actually watching the show.
Making that mistake? No one's making that mistake. Except maybe Stench Ever.
Thanks, Samaj. I appreciate the update. He just commented with, "Nope, no one is watching."
Good to know. Good to know. We've got...
Yeah,
got
I assume
good
Stench Ever
people.
here was Stench Ever was here just long enough for us to not respond within 30 seconds, and so he left.
Usually how that works.
Yeah.
Well, and the irony is he can just join in at any point and just talk.
Yeah, we're not like gaming. We didn't ban him from anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Gaming bans people really easily, it seems like.
No, really?
And I don't know the whole story, so maybe I shouldn't talk out of turn, but like, I don't know. Like at one point, I think weren't people paying him to ban other people.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, I think there's like somebody paid to unban the person.
Ban them, but it was like I think Doc Griffin did that, but it wasn't like a permanent ban.
Oh,
it was like they were
ban.
banned for the rest of that show or something.
Yeah, he does.
Because I think they would ban.
Gaming does timeouts. So like, if you're banned, you're only banned for like maybe at most a week until he's ready to stop. He keeps track of that.
Oh,
most people.
Maybe that's why Satan is so mad at him. He got timed out.
But, yeah, because I think as most people don't realize that they've been unbanned. Like you can probably go back in there. He just doesn't tell you he's going to unban you. He just does it.
Yeah, I think he permanently banned Stench Ever. I'm pretty sure that happened.
Did it?
Yeah, I think so, dude. I never got an answer on why. He just said something about drama. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. He banned Evil Dead Ed for a while. But he's unbanned now.
Hasn't Evil Dead Ed been banned like about 1 million fucking times?
Yeah. Well, you keep the number one rule. It's very simple. Don't bring any drama. He never listened. He just kept doing it.
Yeah, because he's always
was
like
he
wasted.
Was he the one that this was a while ago, but like wouldn't stop crying about his fucking ex-girlfriends?
Yep.
I know that was like
That's
probably
never
a
a
couple
good
of years
look.
ago, but yeah. But it was like multiple days, like it was like weeks, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. What you're describing, she's obviously not the chick you thought she was, and she's an awful person. Fucking, you'd probably get over it at some point.
Probably. You would think.
Yeah, no, I understand it going on for a bit, but Jesus Christ, man.
No, some guys can't handle it. That's a huge blow to their ego.
Yeah.
So, the one that always gets me is like the people that can't get that they've been dumped, like, and have to kill the person.
Oh yeah, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, they're like, if I can't have you, nobody will.
Yeah, like that's the one I don't get. Like I get like being dumped and being like unhappy about that, or still kind of like, you know, man, I wish I'd still been that chick or whatever. But the like, I got dumped and now she has to die. Like that's the part where it's like, whoa, or now he has to die. You know, whatever reputation you want to put in there. Like that's where I'm like, man, that seems like a lot of fucking effort.
Yeah.
You know, you could just find somebody else, right? Like there are other people that might maybe you might even be happier just dating somebody else, you know? Come
on. Well, I mean, you could kill her and date other people as long as you don't get caught.
All right,
but I would imagine you'd
technically
suspect number one. Yeah, you would almost certainly be suspect number one. If you kill her anywhere, near after.
Yeah, that is a weird aspect that a lot of people don't seem to consider much, and I don't get it. It's like, you know, like you're just got dumped. Like they're gonna know you're the most likely person that they're gonna go after. Like, and then a lot of people just have like no alibi, nothing. It's like, man, you're really bad at murdering people. You should probably not have done that. Like, how hard is it to kill somebody and not get caught? Because
I assume it's harder nowadays, but yeah. Can't plan that shit out. Fucking, let your vengeance, wait a little while. Pretend to get along with her, and then offer.
Then offer. Like a 40th game.
Then kill the bitch. God damn. Alright, these fucking uniforms are way too close, dude. I'm gonna have to go with an alt. Sorry, I'm playing my football game, and it's Carolina against Dallas, and their fucking uniforms are really close together, dude. Like the colors and shit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's gotta be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is it actually gives you like 4 choices of uniforms, like a home and away, alt, and then what's the other one called? Rush. Whatever the fuck. Oh, I'm resetting it. Coming back as this. I've literally played like over 100 fucking seasons.
Damn.
On just this save. I've got other ones that I've got like 4 of them. All of them I've played at least 50 fucking seasons on.
Damn.
If anybody ever played Tecmo Bowl back on the original Nintendo, the Tecmo Super Bowl, it's basically that.
A lot of fucking gaming.
Well, I mean, the games take like 7 or 8 minutes, so it's not, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, that's actually pretty fast. I assumed they would take like 30 minutes, 20 minutes at least.
No, the timer, you can do either 2-minute quarters or 3-minute quarters. And even the 3-minute quarters, it's, you know what I mean? It goes by pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, 3 minutes is not that long. Ugh.
Yeah, and you don't play defense either. Like it kind of automates hates the defense. You only play offense.
Damn.
But yeah, it's got like a rudimentary like franchise thing. So basically, like, you know, people will retire. You got to re-sign your free agents. You got to draft. But it's very basic, so it's not like too involved. But it's really easy. Because what I'll do is I'll get bored because I fucking never lose, even on the fucking hard setting. So I'll fucking take over another franchise. That like I'll find the worst franchise and then fucking build them up.
Then pick the next
You know
worst
what's really
one and do
fucking
that one too after that.
yeah, I'll get bored with that one eventually. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I don't know why I would have picked Carolina because it's almost always either the Cardinals or the Lions because those are my two teams or whatever. But yeah, this one I just picked the fucking worst team. And in my head, I actually fucking go through scenarios. Um, like if I don't re-sign somebody, like in my head, I'm making up this backstory for why I didn't re-sign them. It's really fucking sad, but enjoyable.
That is an interesting take on that game, sir. I was with you right up until like, and then I make backstories. It's like, why I didn't sign him. Like, wait,
Yeah,
what?
I mean, I don't like write them down or fucking anything like that, but I definitely in my head, I'm inventing fucking scenarios with these fucking little fucking horribly rendered characters.
You're like, in him because one of his pixels was couldn't compete with the others because he was missing a pixel.
I wonder if the inlay actually comes across. I just did a screenshot. What? Oh. I just kind of wanted to illustrate the fucking how shitty the graphics are in this thing.
Fun. So I don't know what happened, but now I suddenly have an item that just lets me reset the day over and over. Because the way this game works is there's no time, but your energy makes time go by. So as you use more energy, time gets later and later. And now I just have like a thing that it's like, oh, it's getting late. Oh, just reset your energy. And it appears to have no like consequences or limit, which is quite nice.
Yeah. I thought I already selected channel. What the fuck?
Now I can finally harvest all the things. It's glorious. Ooh.
All right.
Oh, is Samaj still here?
Let's see. Doesn't matter. Oh, I did post it twice. God
Oh,
damn
he's
it.
silent again.
Yeah, looks like he's double. Yeah, the headphones and the fucking mic are muted. But yeah, there I put a picture of the fucking. The
Yeah, I
graphics
saw
on this
that. Yeah,
thing.
that's an old school video game right there.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, it's almost exactly like the. Oh, it did picture the inlay. Yeah. All right. So yeah, obviously I had the little picture-in-picture thing going on there in the top right corner of the stream or whatever
Oh, nice.
for no real good reason.
Why not?
Why
Why
not?
not do so? What do you need a reason for? You gotta have a
Just
reason.
do it.
Yeah, don't be put up with this needing a reason bullshit.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's see what Twitter's saying. It's usually not a horrible thing to at least scroll through and see what's going on in the world.
Speaking of things that haven't been said yet, you guys hear about the not to go back to the whole trucker thing here, but I don't know if I ever got mentioned it. But did you guys ever hear about the potential UN troops that are in the convoy? Not in the convoy, but with the police at the convoy.
Oh wow, that's kind of creepy.
No shit. Holy
So,
fuck, dude.
if you scroll up on your, was it general? There was a video there from the lowest years. They showed, you see in the thumbnail, there's these guys in green with these visors. You can't see their faces. Yeah, they don't really, what they're wearing doesn't match anything on their Canadian uniforms. Doesn't really make any sense.
It doesn't have any badges or their names or anything. Yeah.
And people there,
dude.
We don't need those stinking badges.
Exactly. Well, and then people on the ground were saying that when they were speaking, they said they weren't speaking English. That they're saying it sounded like German. Which I don't know.
Well, if there's people that understand how to be the Gestapo better than the Germans, I've never heard of them.
Exactly. So there is that. But then about 4 hours outside of Ottawa, there's this small town called North Bay, and there's a little airport there that people use to drop off stuff to, airdrop and all that. Well, in that place, there was 2 UN planes. Both could hold about maybe,
that actually makes sense because the regular police didn't want nothing to do with it. They were like, yeah, we're not going to do anything.
Well, you have to remember, like, the majority of the police that were there, they were police from Quebec, because they moved a bunch over, because the Quebec RCMP and their police over there are the worst in Canada. Like, you'll never find a group of police who love beating people more than the Quebec police force. So it makes sense that they were there. So, yeah, so they were there, and then these odd, strange, bizarre stormtrooper looking like people or troops were there.
Well, those are the ones that were like bragging about like trampling like people with fucking horses and shit.
That was the other thing. The WhatsApp chats that got leaked, and then the government confirmed that yes, these were true. So I'm like, are you saying that we have psychopaths in our RCMP? Fucking love to hurt people.
Yep.
I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I remember it's pretty gross. Like the whole thing. Yeah,
and I remember when I was younger, there was a guy who worked for the RCMP, and he tried to recruit me. And I remember telling that to my girlfriend. She's like, "Oh, you should take the job. You should take the job. Yeah, you should go in for that." I'm like, "No, I don't want to be a cop."
Yeah, you don't want to have to like fucking bust people's heads because they tell you to.
Exactly. I don't think that's a good idea. Also, she was the other thing that creeped me out is because she's like, "Oh yeah, my father wasn't in the RCMP. It's a good job." I'm like, oh God, don't say that. Sounds like you want to turn me into your father. I'm not going to go for that. That's just creepy. Stop being creepy.
Oh yeah. I won't. Yeah.
Yeah, take the job that my dad takes. I'm like, no.
It's like the people who I talk to in VR chat, and like suddenly they'll be like, "Daddy," and it's like, no, that's not. Number one, that's not sexy at all. That's kind of gross. But and number two, you sound 12, but that's different altogether.
We get someone like Opal, who's like, cursed to have a child's voice.
Yeah, I mean, she has a child's voice when she wants to.
Like, yeah, she does the other one. Like, I totally believe that she does have a natural child-sounding voice. I've met women like that. It can be a thing.
I've heard her talk without the child voice, and she sounds pretty normal. So I think she's doing a voice.
I don't know. Like I said, I've met people who can't. Hell, I went to school with
I don't care. It's not like I care one way or the other. I'm pretty sure she's doing a bit for comedic effect, like a lot of people would do if they could talk like a child. I mean, come on. It's not like she'd be the only one who'd ever done that.
Fair enough.
And it's not like there's anything wrong with doing that. Like, that's the thing. There were people that got real mad about it, but it was just like, are you really, like, mad? Like, who fucking cares?
Oddly
She says
enough,
funny shit, you know?
Yeah, that is a little fucking weird. Yeah. Yeah, to have that somebody in that voice, like, reading, like, fucking, like, porn shit or fucking nasty, erotic shit.
Yeah, it's
Are you
funny.
kidding?
Pretty fucking funny. Like, it's creepy, but it's fucking funny, dude. Because
Well, that's what
she
makes
had-
it funny. If it wasn't creepy, it wouldn't be funny.
If she had herself like a VR avatar, like a VTuber avatar, she'd probably be pretty big, especially with her sense of humor.
Oh, yeah. Well, the VTuber is just the next place where Horace can sell whoring.
Well, from what I could tell, there's a VTuber out there called Fifi, and she has like it's not an OnlyFans, it's like the other type of OnlyFans. It's like that. And she sells like lewds and stuff that you can get. Although I think she just commissions artists and then she gives them a take. She's made I don't know how much money she's made. She made enough to purchase an ad space on like Wall Street or whatever, or wherever that place is. She got like a huge ad banner. She had like an animation stuff, and it was kind of an advertisement for her OnlyFans.
Damn.
Jesus, it costs like, I think she said it was like $7,000 for one ad space, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, isn't too much considering how much the fucking VTubers make nowadays.
Yeah, they're huge. Have you heard of one called Gargura?
Who hasn't? That's the most popular VTuber in the world.
Yeah, there's somebody who was pointing out that it's really, really likely that that's Senzawa. If you remember Senzawa from the, I think her most famous song was the one that was Belle Delphine used for one of her music videos.
Yeah, her little comeback video.
Yeah.
I'll be back.
Okay. So, but that is the supposed thing.
What's Samaj up to that he keeps popping in and out?
Maybe he's a secret VTuber. Maybe he's Gargura.
We mentioned VTubers. We mentioned VTubers, and now he's got to go spank it. Let's every time
no VTubers, my penis is too hard.
Every time he leaves, let's insinuate that he's going to masturbate. I think we've done that before, but it's still a solid bit.
I mean, yeah, if you're you gotta do a bit, you know. Let's see. And that's the
Why not? Fucky.
sizzle pan recipe. Okay. Yes, we will insinuate he had to pee. Or had to masturbate. Sorry, I don't know why pee came into that at all.
Yeah. No, we were just talking about how you keep popping in and out, and I said every time you leave, let's insinuate that he's leaving to go masturbate.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
How's that any different from any other time I head out?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
I think we've done it. I was like, I think we have done that before, but whatever.
No, I've been coming and going because I've been doing. I'm trying to get my fucking 3D printer to work. I just got and so I'm doing
that earlier.
Well, there's that, but also I had to make supper, so.
I gotcha.
Oh yeah, you gotta figure out like what you're.
In between the back and forth of doing that, I do have to rub one out every now and then. I mean, you have no idea how fucking fast I could be.
That is impressive, actually.
Yep.
Alright, so get the golden carrot.
Yeah, that's gotta suck, dude. I feel bad for you, man. It really takes a fucking hour and a half to fucking nut. That's fucking terrible.
I mean, not every time.
It's not that it takes that long. It's just that you've seen so much porn. It's just so boring. It takes that. It's like going through Netflix.
You know, to be fair, I have seen an awful lot now because you're just sitting there jacking off for an hour.
It's like
you're watching for a really long time.
It's like you're trying to kill time. Like you come home and you're like, I'll watch some Netflix. And it's like you've seen everything. so bored. It's like that with porn. It's like, I've seen everything. It's just so boring. I just want to nut. Give me something interesting. And then you end up looking at the weird shit. And next thing you know, you're jerking off to overweight grannies. I mean, come on.
I have never jerked it to Oprah grannies, thank God.
So give it time. You will do it. Not that I'll ever admit to anything like that.
I'm like looking at pictures of the Golden Girls like after they died. Like, let's get real fucked up. We can go deeper than this, boys. Come on.
There's way more disturbing shit than that.
Maybe what you need to do is like once a month, go a whole week without jerking it, just to recover. Otherwise,
I mean, it's not like I'm going every day, bro. It's like once or twice a week. I don't got the energy to do this shit every day.
Oh, okay. You're not on my level. All right.
If it took me like 15 minutes, I'd be down to try that. Sure, why not? But fucking, I don't want to spend that long every day. This is a long time.
Fair enough.
It's funny. I was talking to a guy who's dealing with his girlfriend right now who has a similar issue, except he can't. It takes him forever to bust while he's fucking her, and he's just like, and she'll just be sitting there like legs shaking, all fucking weak, and like having a hard time like dealing with anything anymore. It's like, I fucking understand your pain, sir.
Yeah, if you're doing it too often, I guess that could be an issue.
Well, I mean, imagine like no girl really wants to go for like a fucking hour, 2 hours. Like that's not.
Yeah, they just want to go. Yeah, they just want to go get. They're like you. They want to get her done. They have needs. Let's just meet the needs and get on with it.
Yeah, they want to bust and go to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And like if you've ever really made a girl come, like that they get pretty tired after that. They're ready to go sleepy time.
Well,
too. They don't always want to cuddle and fucking like talk and shit.
Well, with me they do, but that's only because like once they've started coming, I don't stop. It's like they've only started. You just keep going, keep fucking going, and then they're so exhausted. It's like, good, I can finally go to bed. And you don't have to fucking just use your hands. It's all good.
Yeah, fair point. I do like the one story I heard about the guy who never made his wife come and didn't know. And then she was pregnant with their kid, and like he made her come the first time for like of penetrative sex because the pregnancy had moved stuff around or whatever. And he thought the baby's hand was grabbing his dick, so he freaked out and jumped off her. That always to me was just like that had to be the most awkward fucking conversation on the planet. Well, no, honey, you see, that's what it feels like my orgasm while you're still in me. Oh,
like at some point you should have been honest with him and just told him the truth. That way he can, sort it out.
Figure out another way. Yeah, like he's got 2 hands and a tongue and lips and all sorts of other things. He buy toys. There's all sorts of things he can do.
Yeah, he can make this work.
Why are you not? Yeah, I just wonder. Like, she was even pregnant, so like they'd been together and having sex for a long time before like he fucking found out that he wasn't pulling the fucking hat trick. It's like Jesus.
But then she knew what an orgasm was.
Yeah, well, clearly she knew, but
So she was she was probably getting off by other means.
Yeah, she was taking care of herself on her own time.
Yeah. I'm at that point. If that's the case,
just him, or did she? I kind of wonder if it was just him, or if she always had. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
What I'm trying to imply here is that I think she was fucking another guy.
Could have been. It's entirely possible.
Because if she knows what an orgasm is, and she knows that it can be done, but it's not being done by this guy, but she still knows. How did you know? Oh, well, that's probably because she's fucking other dudes.
You know what an orgasm is? You gotta be cheating on me, bitch.
I mean, at that point, yeah, and then it'd be like, okay, we're gonna wait. Or if I
I
was him,
think, honestly, I think it's more likely that she was just using a vibrator. But hey,
well, okay, but if that was the case, she probably would have been using in when she was having sex with him, but she wasn't.
or she didn't want to hurt his feelings, so she used it when she was alone and he wasn't around, like at work.
I mean, maybe, I don't
And
know.
then just let him think that he was getting her off when they had sex, and she was just happy with that. Women have a weird thing about just yeah.
Well, I don't know about that. I think I don't know. Maybe
I
because
think both are equally likely, sir. I mean,
probably could
we'll
be.
never fucking know, really. So
No,
it's like
we
I don't
don't
even
know.
remember who it was that told me the story. It's so long ago. I doubt I could track them down and find the answers to any of these questions.
Fair enough. If I was
I
that
have some
guy,
follow-up things. I have follow-up questions I didn't think of when you told me that story.
It's 20 years ago when you remembered who the fuck I was. You wouldn't mind, sir. I have some extra questions. Oh, that'd be fucking hilarious. All I know is that had to be a fucking awkward moment. Although there would, I think the same guy had a story where some girl he worked with wanted to get him to bang her. She was married and her husband was gone, and so she took him in and showed him a porn of her and her husband banging for some reason. And it was one of those perfect storm of events where the guy came and it went up and landed right back in his own fucking mouth.
no.
He fucking, she made him nut really hard and it just went hard enough to go into his own mouth.
Gross. See, I'm almost
He
always
was
on
not
top.
pleased
So
in the video, according to my friend, and he was like, I didn't want to watch it, but I couldn't stop watching it.
see, I'm almost always on top, so I never have to fight
awkward.
gravity.
Oh man. You just see that he's like, fucking got his mouth open.
Gross.
Poor son of a bitch. But you know what? After that, she can't complain about swallowing ever again. Because he'd be like, look, bitch, I know it's not that bad. Shut up.
Look, I'll be nice. I'll drink the pineapple juice. Just stop complaining.
There you go. Oh, man, there's an OnlyFans chick who does videos with her boyfriend that get posted. And everybody really likes them. But, it's 3-minute long videos. He just busts so fucking quick. And I'm just that's kind of sad. There's no way she's getting off fast enough for that to fucking work.
Well, I don't know, dude. If you're with somebody a long time, you can get the chick off pretty quick. Yeah, 3 minutes, that is kind of pushing it, but it's possible.
Well, it's 3 minutes from start to finish. That's not 3 minutes of straight fucking.
Oh, okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
That's 3 minutes
so
of
almost
her blowing him a little bit and then getting the lube out because she's not wet.
right.
The whole time you're kind of going dude, you could be doing better
kind
than
of
this.
emasculating your boyfriend there. Kind of fucked up.
Yeah. He could at least pull out at the 30-second mark and I don't know,
just
each out for a minute or two and then go back down and try to fuck again. I mean, because you're only going to last however long you're going to last, but I would assume there's other methods to what do you call it?
Yeah, you would think you'd at least splice together a few different fuck sessions to make it look like he's not finishing in fucking.
Oh, that's actually not a bad
seconds.
idea. Also, who wants a 3-minute long porn video? That seems awfully short. You know what? I'm not the person to say that. I should just shut up. That's a really unfair statement.
But yeah, it seems like if I was a boyfriend, I don't think I'd be okay with that. I'd be like, post that.
Yeah. Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
camera.
That is. That's true. He does have. Yeah. You kind of got to wonder, why is he not saying like, babe, come on, you're making me look bad, like in front of the whole fucking internet.
Right? Yeah. Kind of emasculating. Or maybe he doesn't care because he's getting laid regularly. So
Yeah, she's pretty smoking. Most of the girls on that OnlyFans leak site that they post are just fucking awful looking, but she's not half bad. Oh, is that a new flower?
yeah,
Is that how I
blame
get
it
the
on her.
flowers?
Like, hey, you're too
Yeah.
hot, honey. You gotta fucking like
Well,
king
I'm
so
just sitting there
fast.
thinking,
You're
like,
too
they
goddamn
make
hot.
like desensitizing spray. You can get a cock ring. There's a lot of fucking other ways to
Yeah, yeah.
throw a little
Mm.
foreplay her way. Although maybe they're leaving that out because they just don't want it for the videos that they're selling on OnlyFans.
Dude, I actually iced up my dick one time, dude, because I knew like if I were fucking, I was gonna finish like immediately. So I literally fucking iced my dick, dude.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
She really liked it, actually. She liked the sensation of a cold cock going inside her for some reason.
It's something different. That actually
Indeed.
kind of makes sense. Was this before or after the Twilight films?
Oh, fuck, I don't know. Probably after.
Oh, maybe she was
Yeah.
thinking like you were Edward, like that was her fantasy. He's my
Yeah,
sparkly
it could've
vampire
been.
lover.
She was really into the fucking Twilight, like to an embarrassing degree.
Dude, so many people were into Twilight to that level, though. I mean,
Were they? I see. The weird
Wow.
thing is, like when it was a big thing, I didn't know a single person who liked it. No one talked about it. No one was interested in it. But then everyone, like, I always saw, like, oh, this movie, the series of movies are so popular, and they got all this stuff. And I'm like, how? Why? What's the reason? And I couldn't find a single person. No one. It baffled me. I didn't know it was popular until they're talking about like the porn parody that is 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, I don't know. Her daughter was really into it, but that kind of made sense. She was a fucking teenager or whatever.
yeah, a teenager being into those books is fine. Like the moms that were all about that fucking werewolf boy were just creepy as fuck. At least to me.
Yeah. Like, dude, she went to the fucking like one of the later movies came out. Like, she went to the premiere like with my daughter and I think her son too, or with her daughter, and I think son too. But anyways, they were like doing the trivia shit, and she was like fucking all excitedly fucking answering all the questions and shit. Like, dude, you're in your fucking 30s. It's fucking embarrassing.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of creepy. All those moms were like super into fucking the vampire and the werewolf boy.
Yeah.
And it was like these are like portraying teenagers. If I was sitting there going like, man, Bella looking fucking hot, y'all would call me a fucking pervert. So I think y'all are a bunch of fucking perverts. You need to shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're talking
Kristen Stewart's acting in that fucking movie was so fucking atrocious, dude.
Kristen Stewart played that character the way that character was supposed to be played. If I don't know if you've ever read any romance or seen other romance stuff.
Yeah.
But the entire point of the main character in a romance is to be bland and vanilla and fucking boring. Because then the person who's reading it can pretend like, oh, I would, be so much better. Because, like this guy is going for the boring chick and that's like me, kind of thing. Like you much easily replace them in yourself with your imagination. It's like
it's easier for women to see themselves as that character. I gotcha.
Yeah, it's that, and I always felt it was unfair that she got so much shit for that because, like, it's like literally she's doing exactly what you're supposed to for that character.
Yeah, and that weird, like, stilted fucking way of talking apparently was at the director's fucking, direction.
Yeah,
Where they say something like that. They would
Kristen
do a weird
Stewart is
sigh.
not a great actress by any stretch of the imagination. Like, don't get me wrong,
Right.
but she's okay. I've seen her in other
She's
stuff.
not as bad as she appeared in that movie.
Yeah. That was just because that was that movie. It was like the same with the guy that played the vampire guy. Like, he was kind of like bad in that movie, but it was just like, that's the fucking character. That's not him. But for some reason, he got a lot more credit.
Yeah, his performance didn't really bother me in that way, dude. But yeah, because my ex was like, no, there's just one scene here, and it's the one where, I don't know what it was, but she did some kind of, it was supposed to be some kind of impassioned plea to fucking the other vampires or something, and she played that scene, and I'm like, no, she fucking sucks. That's fucking awful. So I'm like, all right, I just don't get it.
Some people just, don't agree with me too and say she's just terrible. I don't know. Whatever. It's an opinion anyway. Fine. Everybody gets to have their own.
Yeah, I've seen her in other shit, and she's fine. I'm just saying, and again, I think it is the director's fault because apparently he told them to fucking act like that and fucking speak in the weird, like, stilted fucking, like you say something really fast and then you fucking sigh for some reason.
Well, and I think, I think the two actors in that movie genuinely hated each other. Like, I think the one who played the vampire and the one who played the girl both were like genuinely.
Well, no, they dated for a while, and she
cheated on him with like the director, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was somebody. I didn't know who it was, but
I think it was the director of the first film.
Yeah.
That one someone might want to check if they really care, but I'm pretty sure it was. I know it was a director. I just don't remember if it was the first film. Or maybe it was the same director for all the movies. Of course, then again, did she really cheat, or was that just the casting couch that she had to do to get like that multi-million-dollar role? Because that's fucking how Hollywood works. It's
Yeah, for sure.
Because actresses like her, literally a dime a dozen in Hollywood. Like, you can find any number of women who could easily do that role just as good. And if she's not going to suck the director's dick, one of them probably will. Moral or immoral, like it or don't like it, that's just the way that fucking industry works. And I don't know if there's a way to change that. So.
Yep.
All the casting couches.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. But yeah.
Yep.
Not entirely made up.
That was the interesting thing about Me Too, right? Was the you're like, well, yeah, we all know there's a casting couch in Hollywood. That's how it's worked for the last, like, since it started. Like,
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Women,
like, once you're established, you probably don't have to do it. But yeah, if you're an up and comer or whatever, you're probably gonna have to suck a cock or two.
Women in employment in general will always do that, so it's not like it's anything unusual.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh yeah, it's not uncommon. It's not an uncommon practice in many industries. It's not just Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to give action to get action.
Well,
I watched a movie where that was the saying about that whole casting couch situation. You got to give action to get action.
Oh, because you say action before the movie starts, right?
Yes.
Yeah, probably. I figured it out. I'm smart. Man, this let me in. I don't know how to open that last fucking hot air balloon area that it supposedly goes to.
Have you guys ever ridden in a hot air balloon?
No, I've never ridden a hot air balloon. I'm not a huge fan of heights. I'm not like afraid of heights. I just like, I'm not like to go hang out at the top of the tall building. Like, I'm just not interested. Thank you.
Yeah, I definitely have issues with heights. Although, yeah, well, hot air balloon, I've never done it. I don't really have all that much interest in doing it. I wouldn't mind like cruising in like an ultralight or something like that. That seems kind of fun. Or the fucking wingsuits. Fuck, man. It's probably never going to happen. Almost certainly never going to happen. But I would love to fucking
Oh, fuck that
wear one of those
wingsuit.
wingsuits.
No fucking way.
Dude,
You're out
that
of your
looks like
mind.
so much fucking fun, dude.
One
Dude, that's
mistake
got
and
to
you're
be
fucking
close
paced
to.
on the ground, though, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But if you don't, it's got to be exhilarating.
Of course. Then again, we're too fat for that shit. Like, there's no fucking way a wingsuit would work
Yeah,
for either of us.
exactly. Yeah, that's why
Uh,
I'm saying it's almost certainly never going to happen. But goddamn, I
yeah.
love to fucking do that. I wish I would have. I don't remember them being around, or at least I never heard of them. Like when I was actually young and in shape. Yeah. By the time those things, I became aware of those things, I was already pretty fucking chunky.
You're like, yeah, that just
You got
make
it.
me fall slightly less fast and die anyway.
I've seen it happen. You could lose the weight and you could do it. The question is, what's your goal? As soon as you lose weight, you want to try it?
Yeah, I would probably have to before I put the weight back on.
Yeah,
I would have
it's
to
like
find some way to get it done.
it's like okay, why would you want to lose weight? I want to fucking try those wingsuits. It's like okay, fair enough. So like, let's say you do that. Would you actually do it? Would you make that a goal? Wingsuit?
Well, yeah, I don't really have the money. I don't know how much it costs, but I imagine it's not cheap.
Well, what if someone was to raise you the money? Would you do it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Fuck yeah.
Don't you have to do like some insane number of like hours of like skydiving prior to that too?
I don't think so because you're not going from a really high distance. You're actually like if you're jumping off
You're
an
jumping
airplane,
off a
yes,
mountain or something, or off
yeah,
a cliff or
But
whatever.
let's say you did do that. Let's say you just did the hills, which is actually what you probably would do for training, like big high hills. So in that case, that's technically using the wingsuit. You're not really in danger, but you can do it. So in other words, just sign up for the training, and then you can at least say you did it. And then if you feel confident, then yeah, go and do the full like jump off an airplane. Airplane or helicopter or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand.
Although even like a hang glider would be kind of fun, I'd imagine. Not as good as the wingsuit, because I mean, you could kind of convince yourself you're actually flying, even though you're just falling very slowly. But yeah, just to glide
Yeah.
on the hang glider it still looks like it'd be pretty fun.
I'm just trying to find out how
Or
much
maybe
are
that's
they.
just me.
What's the average price? Well, average price for one of those wingsuits is $1,000.
Yeah, I kind of figured. I kind of figured it was pretty fucking expensive.
And that's just to this one site. I mean, I could get them cheaper elsewhere. Actually, I wonder if they sell wingsuits on eBay.
That's what I want. A used wingsuit.
Oh yeah, and it's
Oh,
gotta be,
fuck.
it's gotta be like useful because they clearly been used. It clearly works. It might be haunted because it's got its previous owner's essence on it.
Yeah, really. Bunch of
It's
fucking
like just
blood.
what I want a dead man's suit. That's what I want, a dead man suit. Okay. I'm looking, man. I'm looking. Oh, it's just T-shirts. T-shirts and posters. And a Ninja Turtles toy with a wingsuit. Ah, that's lame.
Do you just like huck the Ninja Turtle at things and like wingsuit keeps it from like falling as fast or something?
You can wingsuit glide your Ninja Turtle toy to someone, I guess. I don't know.
So
Hoping to find one on. Hoping to find it on eBay. But you know what? I'll check this new place I've been checking out. Is the Facebook marketing section. Let's see what they got on there. Marketing or marketplace. Wing suit.
Damn, I'm tired for some reason.
You've been streaming a bit.
No, I'm just like, usually I'm not sleepy at like 5:50 in the fucking evening.
All right, no, you got nothing on Facebook. So, if you let's say you did get a wingsuit and you died, would you want to be buried in the wingsuit? So
I mean, would
will
they
ever
have a
try to see you?
choice?
Well, it's like you want to dispose of it so that way no one will ever do it again.
Dispose of it, like.
Yeah. Because then again, it would be haunted, dude.
Yeah.
So you might as well just bury it. And some more poor fucker that gets
Haunted wingsuit.
haunted into a fucking haunted to death. Like the wingsuit makes you crash into the fucking mountain, into the fucking side of the mountain.
Yeah. Well, there's a Batman wingsuit toy. Okay. Let's see here. What else is there? Wingsuit. Yeah, nothing on Amazon.
Amazon doesn't have something. I'm amazed. Oh man, I was looking on Amazon because I need to pick up another thumb drive. And I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what the biggest capacity is. And supposedly there's a bunch of 2 terabyte thumb drives.
Ooh.
For like $30-$40 a piece. And
Jesus.
people are leaving all these reviews that they're surprised that it's absolutely fake. Like, it's like you're shocked. You can buy a legit 1 terabyte thumb drive for like $150. Like they actually do make them that high. I've never seen a legitimate 2 terabyte thumb drive. I'm sure maybe somewhere they're out there, at least not on Amazon that I saw. But like a legit one is $150, and you thought you were gonna get a 2 terabyte fucking thumb drive for like $40? Like, Jesus, dude, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even get a 2 terabyte hard drive for $40.
Dude, it just brings me back to the fucking when you used to get like the memory cards, what are they, mini SDs or whatever?
Yeah.
Dude, just how fucking how expensive that shit was back, like when I was selling cell phones, like around 04, 05.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like, it would be like a 512 a gig, and it would be like $80.
Oh man, I remember when MP3 players first came out. I had a Rio 32 megabyte fucking player. Like, it was enough that you could put like 6 songs on it. That was the first fucking what do you call it? MP3 player, one of the first that you could buy. And I bought a fucking memory card to double the memory, and it was almost like $100 just for the fucking little SD card that went in there.
Yeah, it was fucking insane, dude.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, nowadays, that would cost you like fucking pennies.
Yeah, comparatively, because it was only like 32 megabytes.
Yeah. It's amazing how the technology is advanced. Like, you get a ridiculous amount of memory in such a small fucking space.
Yeah. They still have that MP3 player.
Then they had they went to the regular SDs. Then there was the mini SDs. They had the micro SDs. Did they get smaller than that? Or was micro?
Well, the SIM card for my cell phone was like an SD card, and it's fucking just ridiculously tiny.
Yeah. It's like the size of your fucking, like, it's smaller than your pinky nail, dude.
Yeah, easily smaller than that.
I remember when I bought like an iPod Nano. It was one of those square ones with the screen on it, and I bought it for my girlfriend at the time, and she fucking hated it. she thought it was stupid. Like, why'd you get this? You know, I'm never going to use it. Blah 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 blah. That's because we've never, used an MP3 player before. So once we got set up and figured out how to load it all up, she fucking loved it. She didn't go anywhere without it. Like, well, yeah, gee, go figure. You love music, so.
Oh,
Made
yeah,
sense.
yeah. Those were the fucking bomb, because I don't know if anybody remembers, but, like, before that, like, you had CD players, and they would skip all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then because
the
CDs were,
fucking...
and it was impossible to get a tape player because everybody wanted CDs because that was the new thing, and the fidelity was so much better. So you were just constantly dealing with, like, if you wanted to listen to music while you were, like, doing stuff and hanging about, you had to fucking deal with it just skipping all the time. And then, like, they had, like, memory fucking players where it would be, like, it had, like, skip protection so that unless it skipped really, really bad, it would, like, cover it with, like, a buffer that the internal thing had made. And that was, like, the super cool thing. But, man, when MP3 players came out, that was just a whole fucking different thing. Because, like, you could actually take this jogging.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember CD players were.
You guys...
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I remember CD players were definitely a big thing. I used to have one, and I loved it, but I didn't have much in the way of CDs, so.
Yeah. Fun times.
Dude, did you guys ever have the Mega Bass earphone things?
No.
I think it was from Sony. Like, dude, it really fucking simulated the fucking bass, like that fucking really fucking well.
No, I always had like cheap headphones, so.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day, man. Like, not a lot of people give a shit about having systems in their cars. Like having the fucking big ass bass speakers and fucking all that shit.
Yeah, I certainly didn't care.
Yeah, well, dude, but you remember when you were younger? Like, I don't know about where you lived at, but that shit was fucking huge when I was like in my late teens, early 20s. Like, fucking everybody wanted to have a system in their car.
Yeah, and they would take up like their whole trunk with it a lot of times.
Yeah, there'd be like fucking, they'd have like 212s or like 215s or some fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, I always thought that was dumb. I was always like, look, if you really want, just turn your fucking radio up really loud, and then you can still put groceries in your fucking trunk instead of just like not being.
I had one. I had one in my Camaro, but it was basically it only took up the area right behind the back seats, like that shelf or whatever the fuck you call it.
Oh, that's not as bad.
It didn't fuck with, there's not much storage space in a fucking Camaro to begin with. But yeah, it didn't really fuck with anything because it was, just that little bit of, space that didn't matter anyway.
Pimp My Ride. That was their first step in all their Pimp My Rides. Let's take up the trunk space with fucking ridiculous speakers.
Who the fuck? Who's the one that did that? Why can't I remember the dude's name? Exhibit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And he'd pop their collar and shit. Like, it was fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like, he'd reach out and grab their collar and like pinch it. Pimp my ride. We pimped your ride.
Yeah. I pulled up.
And you're like, why are you touching my shirt, strange black man? Like, I don't know you.
I am unfamiliar with this. What does this mean? It means your ride's pimped, sir.
Like, what does my ride have to do with the fucking collar of my shirt, you weird fuck? Apparently those cars were fucking terrible, and nobody ever, like, used them for any length of time because they would always just fall apart and shit.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah. Like, somebody found, like, a van from Pimp My Ride for, like, $500 because it was just so shitty.
That's fucked. So all for show.
Yeah.
Fucking roll out and it just falls
Dude,
apart.
I think they put a fucking fish tank in one of them, dude. I mean, that's a terrible idea. The fuck would you want a fish tank in your car for? Like, how much? Like, in a van, you could probably get away with something like that because a van's meant to haul that kind of weight. But like a fish tank could weigh, especially the kind of size that he was putting in there, that could weigh like 100 pounds. That's going to really throw off the handling of your car. Like.
Yeah.
As
Any
well as
size of a fish
your
tank.
gas mileage is going to go to shit.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking weight. Any unless it's like a tiny fishbowl size or something, but yeah.
And like, yeah, I know
That's
people weigh
fucking
more than
ridiculous.
that, but like, it's different when it's in a seat and it's just like a random fucking thing in your trunk is suddenly like always there. That makes a big difference in the gas mileage and the handling. Plus, that can't be good for fish.
Yeah, especially with the system all booming like that. Yeah.
Oh,
It's gotta
plus
cause
the
them great
engine
stress.
vibrations constantly.
Yeah. Poor fish.
The fish start pimping each other's fucking like fins or something. They get all deranged.
Indeed. Yeah, that is. Yeah. I unless you just love fish that much. Although if you did, why would you subject them to that?
Yeah, that's not. Well, you know what? That's bigger than a lot of fucking fish bowls that some people get. I saw a fucking.
Yeah.
There's a channel where the guy does like aquariums and stuff, but he also does this like once a week. He'll review aquariums that people send him pictures and stuff of or video of. And it was a fucking mayonnaise jar with this fish that was basically like nose on one side of the mayonnaise jar, tail on the other side of the mayonnaise jar. It was just big and barely fit in the fucking thing. It certainly could not swim around. And then the lady kept it in there, and the water was all fucking like dark and cloudy and shit because fishes pee and poo. It was awful. So I'm sure the Pimp My Ride fish was like, this isn't half bad. I'm not complaining that much. Like, it's not the best place for a fish, but I've seen a lot worse. Man, I'm trying to figure out good emergency foods right now. Because I'm going to redo my grab and go bag in a month or so. 2 months. Around April is usually when I try to do it. I'm trying to figure out what foods I want to put in there. I found some great tuna salad that you can buy in like pouches.
Oh yeah.
So that's kind of nice because those are like basically the same as like a can, as far as like they last like a couple of years. And then I found canned crackers. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Interesting.
I would say that sounds silly, but that's actually a great idea because crackers can easily get fucked up.
Well, have you ever heard of pilot bread?
No.
Okay, so pilot bread is already like a long shelf life kind of food, and it's basically just big 4-inch brown crackers. And you can buy those in like a box where they just come in like a bag with a twist tie on the top, and they sit in the box. And those will be good on your shelf for like a week, or not a week, like 5 years.
Oh, okay.
Because there's super low moisture. It's just flour, water, and a little tiny bit of vegetable shortening. So there's really not a lot to go bad in them. But you can also get them in a can, and when you get them in a can, they last for fucking ever. Like, it's ridiculous. And they come like, it's like 12 big 4-inch round crackers that are like a good 3/8, almost a half-inch thick. And
Wow.
each one is 100 calories like per cracker. So, it's about the same as a slice of bread. So you buy yourself, I bought those little pouches of like Skippy peanut butter. Crackers with peanut butter on it. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Simple, easy. They'll both be good for a good long time in my backpack. And who doesn't like peanut butter and crackers? Savages. That's who doesn't like it. Oh, is there any new stuff with Joe Rogan? I know they were trying to silence him off of Spotify. I don't know if they've succeeded or not.
No, I think he's still good to
Yeah.
go.
I know he made the mistake of apologizing, which is like, never fucking apologize, you dummy.
Yeah, he should fucking know better. I know he's definitely talked about fucking cancel culture bullshit.
Well, I liked the fucking cartoon somebody posted of him. I think it was on Gaming's Discord. Somebody posted originally, where it's like Joe Rogan standing firmly on the left side of the fucking right and left divide, and then the people on the left just shove him to the right, and they're like, "Why are you a conservative? What'd you join their side for, you fucking traitor?" Like, you just ruined for the fucking wolves, you psychos. I like that all these like has-been fucking musicians that like nobody gives a shit about anymore. Like, oh, we want him off, and Spotify's like, no.
Yeah, fucking Neil Young thought he was gonna fucking get him off too.
Oh, there's a whole bunch, dude. There's like more and more joined in, but they're all basically like Neil Young. Where I don't even remember their names because they're just so fucking unimpressive now. It's like maybe
I thought it was funny
30
that,
years ago when you were relevant, somebody might have given a shit, but fuck off.
Yeah, I thought it was funny though that apparently James Blunt is pretty self-aware because he was like, "Yeah, if you don't get Joe Rogan off, I'm going to release more music on Spotify."
That's kind of fucked up. I like it.
Yeah. Like, yeah, you suck, but you're apparently aware that you suck. So that's fucking nice.
Well, and he's having a laugh at him. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, these people are fucking ridiculous at this point. Like, I don't like Joe Rogan is one of the more balanced people out there. Like when it comes to talking about any sort of politics, and it's like why would you want to get him off of there? Like he literally just had doctors on that didn't agree with the standard.
That's why they want him off.
Yeah, like that's all he did. He didn't do anything like super impressive.
Well, it's not like they can really stop him. I mean, what ended up happening is that he just got like 2 offers from the competitors, like Rumble and Odyssey, and they both offered him like $100 million, which is the same offer that was given to him to join Spotify. It's like, really? It's like you can't really stop this guy. If he goes somewhere else, he'll take his audience with him, and then those places.
Well, if Spotify takes him off, they're in breach of contract, and he can sue them for a lot more money. So I imagine like he'll wait to go anywhere.
Yeah, that probably plays into it a little.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And there's one I need to re-listen to. He brought another doctor on. It was a doctor who, not like a medical one, but he specializes in digital privacy. He was talking about all the different ways to protect yourself, and I'm like, oh, you know what? It was before I thought, nah, it's cool, but that's okay. But now, with all that's been happening in Canada so far, I'm like, I should probably re-listen to that and take notes.
Yeah, really. It's like that could be something that might be worth listening to now for sure.
Yeah. So I'm like, maybe I should do that. One of which was to download the Brave web browser app instead of using like Safari or any of the other, or Firefox. It's like just use Brave because apparently they're better for that. Also, you can get rid of advertisements apparently.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good one. He had all these great ideas. I'm like, oh shit, I need to re-listen to this guy. I don't remember what his name was. I'll have to double check it, but it's Doctor something. He came shortly after the other doctor who did the mRNA vaccine.
Oh, so, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Was it Dr. Mengele? No.
No, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out.
I think Dr. Mengele was one of the ones that worked for the Nazis and like did some horrible fucking experiments on the Jews.
Yeah, And twins. He liked to fuck with twins too.
Oh yeah. Well, they use a lot of that fucking stuff now, right? Like the weird shit that guy figured out. They're like, I mean, he was awful what he did, but you know what we learned?
Yeah, no, that's a lot of the fucking Nazi doctors and Japanese, the fucked up Japanese shit too. A lot of them got passes basically because they, for sharing their fucking information because there's no ethical way to get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they were
It could
like,
only happen in a fucked up place like Nazi Germany or
God,
imperialist.
that was
fucking...
awful, guys. You're really terrible people. But I'll tell you what, if you slide that research my way, I might just be willing to overlook some of the awful, awful things you've done. Yeah, that's kind of like disturbing. But I mean, it is valuable research.
Yeah, indeed.
And I mean, are Jewish people? I mean, is it really a question? The sad thing is, like, now that's actually like kind of in vogue to be like hating Jews. Like it's the new left wing rage.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking nuts, dude. Yeah, it seems like the left is kind of like they either absolutely love the Jews or they fucking despise them.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, I mean, their level for acceptability varies from day to day. It's like
that is true. Yeah, what is acceptable yesterday and what is acceptable today is completely fucking random.
And we call them out on their hypocrisy. They just don't address that there is hypocrisy.
Yeah,
and like you can't play this game where it's like everything I say is right, even though what you say varies from day to day. It's like no, and then they have this moral superiority where they think it's perfectly okay to do this. I'm like, why? And then all that stuff they kept saying that was conspiracy theories, and it gets proven true within a matter of like a month at the most. It's like, when are you going to stop?
Yeah.
And they'll never acknowledge that you were right. Never will they acknowledge that.
Oh yeah, no. There's still people there's still people who think Trump is a Russian spy.
I swear to God, they're going to use that as a reason to arrest him.
Yeah, that's one of the concerns that people have right now with the current war with Russia going on.
Yep. It's like he clearly has nothing to do with it, but no, we're just gonna.
Well, and not only does he got nothing to do with it, he's like was tougher on Russia than like most other nations.
Yeah, dude, that's actually when I was going to ask that earlier. I'm like, do you think this happens if Trump is in office instead of Biden?
Oh, that's funny. I was watching a live stream where they were gonna listen to the White House correspondent was gonna come and make like a press release earlier today, and one of the quizzes that they asked were like, "So do you think this happens under Trump?" And I was like, "No, definitely not."
Yeah,
like, sorry, it's not even really like doesn't take time to think. No, this probably would not have happened in Trump's if Trump was president right now. Because Trump was too fucking unpredictable. Like, there's no way they would have known, like, whether he would have just, like, decided, all right, let's just drop some nukes. Like, totally possible.
Yep.
Oh, I think I just got the item I needed. Nice. Oh, damn. Oh, damn, it's already 6:15. We should probably call it a day, guys.
Yep.
Let's see here. Did anybody show up? I don't think anybody showed up to watch anything.
Nope.
Nope.
Well, do you go out?
Stench ever for like a minute.
Do you ever promote your stuff? Do you ever tweet it out? Yeah.
I don't have a Twitter. Shut up. Nobody asked you.
Well, I know what you gotta do then. Make a Twitter to just promote your shit.
Make a Twitter. Yeah, but I mean, I'll probably get banned just for fucking tweeting.
I mean, you might. I'd say do it anyways.
Yeah, I'll consider it.
Do say
I'm
nothing.
so happy not being on Twitter, dude. That was just such a maddening place to be.
Yeah, me too.
It's like Reddit. Like I wouldn't go on Reddit now if you paid me.
No, Reddit is completely taken over by communists and socialists. Do not go into Reddit.
Yeah.
You know what's hilarious?
Apparently pedos too, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of it. It's real weird. I don't fucking understand the weird pedo left connection that keeps going on. Anyway, we should call it a day before we start up again.
Yeah. I got an event going on in my game anyway, so
all right.
Sounds
Later,
all right,
guys.
man. Yeah, anybody stuck around? Thank you.